Chapter 389. Li Chuang hurriedly chimed in. That's right, mother. That be asterisk TCH will be punished by the heavens. I think Zhao Yun probably won't be able to come back. Look at old Fifth. He went to Yang City and hasn't brought back any news yet. Hu Chunhua thought about it and agreed. However, her heart ached for the money her family had spent. After Zhao Yun was taken away, Zhao Wensheng heard the news and rushed back from town. He hurriedly went to Yang City to inquire about the news. Someone in town had a relative who worked in the government, so he wanted to use his connections to get Zhao Yun out. However, using connections like this would definitely cost money, so old Zhao's family took out 20 taels of silver. 20 taels of silver was not a small amount. The family's money was in Hu Chunhua's hands, and Hu Chunhua was unwilling to take it. In the end, Zhao Baoshan had no choice but to use his own savings. Without thinking, Hu Chunhua thought that Zhao Baoshan had hidden his private savings. She started to cry, make a fuss, and threatened to hang herself. She was unwilling to spend so much money on such a little be asterisk TCH. In the end, she was scolded back by Zhao Baoshan, and only then did she shut up. Hu Chunhua had been brooding. She didn't know how long old Zhao's family would spend with 20 taels of silver. Now, her plan was ruined. How could she feel comfortable spending it on a useless person? After hearing Hu Chunhua and Li Chuang's words, Liang Jinxiao frowned and became even more anxious. He was worried that Zhao Yun really wouldn't be able to come back. Just as he was worrying, a voice suddenly sounded from outside. Yun'er is here. Yun'er is all right. Second sister, you're back. Seeing that Zhao Yun was back, old Zhao's family had different reactions. Zhao Yun'er made her feel a little disappointed. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly ran out of the house. Yun'er, you're finally back. Mother was worried sick. Liang Jinxiao held Zhao Yun'er's hand and wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes emotionally. A few days after Zhao Yun'er left, Liang Jinxiao looked much more haggard. He probably couldn't sleep because he was worried about her these past few days. Mother, don't worry. Aren't I back now? It's good that you're back. It's good that you're back. Liang Jinxiao heaved a sigh of relief. His heart, which had been hanging in the air, was finally at ease. When Liang Jinxiao saw Mu Yinfeng standing behind Zhao Yun'er, he asked, Yun'er, did Shitzi help you come back safely this time? Yes. Zhao Yun'er nodded. Upon hearing this, Liang Jinxiao hurriedly knelt in front of Mu Yinfeng and thanked Mu Yinfeng. Shitzi, it's all thanks to you this time. I can't thank you enough. Mu Yinfeng hurriedly helped Liang Jinxiao up from the ground. Auntie, you're too kind. Yun'er was innocent in the first place. It was just a small matter. Then I still have to thank Shitzi. All right, mother, you don't have to be so polite with him, Zhao Yun'er said with a smile. Hu Chunhua also came out of the house. When she saw Mu Yinfeng, she trembled and was a little scared. This time, Mu Yinfeng was dressed luxuriously. At a glance, she could tell that he was a person of status. She also knew that Mu Yinfeng was Shitzi. Just as Hu Chunhua was about to hide, she suddenly heard a shout. Stop right there. It was Zhao Yun'er's voice. Hu Chunhua stopped in her tracks and turned around stiffly. You wretched girl, why are you so fierce? Are you trying to scare me to death? Grandmother, what are you afraid of? Is it because you have a guilty conscience that you were frightened by my shout? Chapter 390. Zhao Yun'er hooked her finger at Hu Chunhua and said, Grandma, shouldn't you return my things to me? What things? Of course, the things that you took from my house. Zhao Yun'er's voice became colder. Old Zhao's family didn't touch those things after they brought them back. Hu Chunhua was afraid of Mu Yinfeng, so she asked Li Chuang to take out those things. He placed them in front of Zhao Yun'er and said to Zhao Yun, the things are all here. We didn't take advantage of you. You can count them yourself. Zhao Yun'er took a look and saw that the things were indeed not missing. Then she said, these are all correct. Where's my Xiao Mao? Xiao Mao? What Xiao Mao? Of course it's the donkey. Grandma, don't play dumb. Don't tell me that you didn't bring my Xiao Mao back. Io, you wretched girl. Aren't you wronging me again? Your Xiao Mao ran away by itself. I didn't get it back. Zhao Yun'er frowned. Xiao Mao ran away by itself? It was tied up in the wooden shed. How could it run away by itself? Mu Yinfeng saw that he couldn't hide what old Zhao's family did, so he told Zhao Yun what happened that day. He didn't want to tell Zhao Yun, because he didn't want Zhao Yun, to worry. But now he had to tell her. Zhao Yun was furious when she heard it. She didn't expect that old Zhao's family would do such a shameless thing on the day she left. Zhao Yun coldly glanced at Hu Chunhua and scolded. How could they do this kind of robbery? How interesting. Uncle Li Zheng, I don't know if you're going to take care of this matter. If you don't, I'll go to the authorities and report it. A two-tailed donkey, and these things will be locked up for at least a year, right? When Hu Chunhua heard this, her legs trembled. He looked at the other members of old Zhao's family for help. Zhao Ping stood up again and began to defend Hu Chunhua. Zhao Yun, when did Grandma snatch your things? Aren't all your things here? It's not like you're missing anything. As for your donkey, it grew legs and ran away. Who can you blame? Hu Chunhua also hurriedly replied, Yeah, Ping is right. Who stole your things? Don't slander others. Lu Fugue stood up and sighed. He began to mediate. Yun'er, your family. Let's just forget about this. Your grandmother and the others did go a little overboard that day, but these things are still here. I'll return them to you now. As for your family's donkey, you did run away by yourself. Even if you report it to the authorities, they might not necessarily convict you. So Lu Fugue meant that she should just let it go and not pursue this matter. She was letting old Zhao's family take advantage of this for nothing. Zhao Yun couldn't take this lying down. Just as she was thinking about how to vent her anger on old Zhao's family, Mu Yinfeng said indifferently, Since that's the case, we won't pursue this matter. Before this heir apparent left last time, I said that when this heir apparent returned, I would ask for Grandma Zhao's punishment. A faint smile hung on Mu Yinfeng's lips. His sharp gaze landed on Hu Chunhua. Hu Chunhua immediately realized what was going on. She was so frightened that she quickly knelt in front of Mu Yinfeng. Heir apparent, please let me go. I was wrong. Zhao Yun had never seen Hu Chunhua so frightened. Chapter 391. One had to know that people like Hu Chunhua weren't afraid of being beaten. Let you off? How can that be? Don't tell me I have to take back what I've said. Where will my dignity be in the future? The people who came to old Zhao's house to watch all knew that Hu Chunhua wanted to eat feces last time. This time, Mu Yinfeng meant that he was going to let Hu Chunhua eat feces again. Everyone held back their laughter and waited to watch the show. Lord Heir, my wife is not sensible. Can you let her off? Zhao Baoshan went forward to plead. It was not that he wanted to protect Hu Chunhua, but old Zhao's family could not afford to lose face like this. They could not let old Zhao's family be mocked for the rest of their lives because of this incident. Let her off? Considering what she did, this punishment is already considered light. You are the ones who suggested this punishment in the first place, Mu Yinfeng said calmly. Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui with disappointment. If it were not for this daughter of his, such an embarrassing incident would not have happened. Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and turned her head to the side, not daring to look into Zhao Baoshan's eyes. This is all because my daughter is not sensible. She spoke carelessly. Lord Heir, why don't you change the punishment? You've changed the punishment so many times. What you said doesn't count. Then, can I change my words and follow the original punishment method? Mu Yinfeng was talking about sewing Hu Chunhua's mouth with a needle. Hu Chunhua was so frightened that she quickly said, Lord Heir, you should let me eat feces. Don't sew my mouth. Zhao Baoshan glared at Hu Chunhua again. This old woman was really too useless. Zhao Yun choked on Hu Chunhua's words. She looked at Mu Yinfeng with a stunned expression. Eat feces? Did she hear wrongly? Let Hu Chunhua eat shit? Mu Yinfeng saw Zhao Yun looking at him and smiled gently at Zhao Yun. What's wrong? You know? Mu Yinfeng, I'm more curious about what happened after I left that day. Why did Mu Yinfeng punish Hu Chunhua to eat shit? Could it be that Mu Yinfeng had such a strong taste? She couldn't tell. Mu Yinfeng's smile widened. Seeing Zhao Yun's curious expression and the way she was sizing him up, He was afraid that Zhao Yun would misunderstand him, so he told her what happened that day. After Zhao Yun heard this, she couldn't help but burst out laughing. This Zhao Xinhui was definitely the most deceitful person she had ever met. He could even come up with such a rotten idea. Hua Chunhua had doted on her daughter like a treasure for so many years, but now it seemed that all her love was in vain. Zhao Xinhui didn't care at all. If you eat shit, then don't stay in our old Zhao's house anymore. Old Zhao's family doesn't have such an embarrassing person, Zhao Baoshan said harshly again. Today, he really made up his mind. If Hua Chunhua did such an embarrassing thing, he would divorce her. He would chase Hua Chunhua back to her parents' house. This way, old Zhao's family wouldn't be laughed at so badly. You old man, then what do you think we should do? Let the air sew my mouth? Then I'll probably die of pain. In any case, I've served you for most of my life. Why are you so cruel to me? Hua Chunhua sat on the ground and wailed like a ghost. Although Zhao Yun wanted to see Hua Chunhua suffer and punish this old woman, the way she ate shit was too strong. Isn't it all your fault? Looking for trouble when you have nothing to do? You just want to pick on Yun. Otherwise, how could you offend the air? You asked for it. Zhao Baoshan coldly snorted. Chapter 392. Hua Chunhua pursed her lips at Zhao Baoshan's scolding. If she had known that Zhao Yun was backed by the air, she wouldn't have dared to cause trouble, even if she was beaten to death. Old man, what's the point of saying this now? Hua Chunhua retorted. If you want to get away, why don't you go and beg Yun? Who knows? Maybe the air will let you off if she forgives you. After Zhao Baoshan finished speaking, Hua Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun and then at Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng smiled and said, That's right. If Yun forgives you, I can consider letting you off. Mu Lianfeng still wanted to let Zhao Yun have the initiative in this matter. Zhao Yun's idea of torturing people was definitely better than his. Hua Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun and said, Yun, you're also from our hometown. You can't just watch your grandmother be humiliated like this, right? People will laugh at our family. In the future, your sister and 2 younger brothers' marriages will also be affected. Hua Chunhua started to play the emotional card. She knew that it was useless to force Zhao Yun to do this. Hua Chunhua was considered smart. When she said this, Zhao Yun carefully considered it. She didn't care about Zhao Ping whether she got married or not had nothing to do with her. However, she had 2 younger brothers. Zhao Yun didn't want old Zhao's reputation to affect them. This time, she only wanted to teach Hua Chunhua a lesson for a moment of pleasure. After she taught her a lesson, old Zhao's scandal would spread quickly. Zhao Yun thought about it. Why not use this opportunity to do something else? Grandma, I've already separated from the family. Your old Zhao's matters have nothing to do with me. Other people's matters have nothing to do with me either. I don't need to worry about this. You heartless person. How can you be so cruel to your grandmother and family? Hua Chunhua started to wail and howl again. Zhao Baoshan frowned. Looking at Zhao Yun, he knew that she wasn't going to let Hua Chunhua off. He sighed slightly and signaled Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao with his eyes. Zhao Wenhua didn't want to persuade Zhao Yun, but he was afraid that Zhao Baoshan and Hua Chunhua would cause trouble for him again. Thus, he said, Yun, forget it. Your grandmother knows her mistake. She definitely won't cause trouble at your place again. Zhao Yun glanced at Zhao Wenhua. Why was her father so cowardly? He was speaking up for old Zhao's family again. She won't do it again? I don't know how many times Grandma has caused trouble, but she never changes. Who knows if she'll do it again next time? Yun, can you promise me that you won't do it again in front of everyone in the village? Zhao Baoshan asked embarrassedly. Zhao Yun pretended to be conflicted. Actually, it's not impossible, but you have to promise me one more thing. Yun, tell us. If we can do it, we'll definitely agree, Zhao Baoshan agreed. Hua Chunhua also quickly agreed. That's right. As long as Master Heir Presumptive lets me off, Yun, you can ask for anything. We'll definitely do it if we can. Just don't let her eat sh*t in front of so many people. Zhao Yun smirked. You can definitely do it. My request is to split up the family. My parents and 3 branches will be separated from old Zhao's family. You have to give them everything that belongs to the family. As for the other branches, it's up to you whether you want to split them or not. Chapter 393. They never thought that Zhao Yun would suggest this. Let the third branch separate. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao were even more stunned. It wasn't that the third branch hadn't thought of separating, but they didn't dare to mention it to Hua Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan in the past. Now, Zhao Yun helped them bring it up. If they could separate this time, the third branch was naturally willing, so they didn't say anything. First, they would listen to how Zhao Baoshan, Hua Chunhua, and the rest of old Zhao's family would respond. Zhao Yun had always hoped that her parents could separate from old Zhao's family, but unfortunately, she didn't have a chance. With her parents' temperaments, they didn't dare to make a fuss, and separating wasn't an easy matter. This time, if they could change the troublesome Hua Chunhua into the third branch, it would be worth it. Seeing that old Zhao's family didn't say anything, Zhao Yun raised her eyebrows. Grandfather, grandmother, you don't agree, right? Then forget it. Let's just stick to the previous punishment. Zhao Baoshan hurriedly waved his hand, frowned, and said in a deep voice, Yun girl, are you really going to let your parents separate? It won't be good for them to separate. Tianfu still needs to go to school. If they separate, old Zhao's family won't provide for him. Grandfather, you don't have to worry about this. If the third branch separates, old Zhao's family won't pay for Tianfu's school fees. It was only a few taels of silver a year. Zhao Yun believed that she could earn enough to provide for Zhao Tianfu. After hearing Zhao Yun's words, the rest of old Zhao's family had no reason to object. If the third branch separates, there would still be a sum of money left over from Zhao Tianfu's school fees. Old man, let's separate. Let the third branch move out. Anyway, we have a lot of people. It's fine even without the third branch. Hua Chunhua hurriedly urged. She was afraid that if Zhao Baoshan did not agree, Mu Lianfeng would make her eat **T. That's right, father. Let the third branch move out. Use the money from Tianfu province for my Tianyu studies. Li Chuiying hurriedly said. Old Zhao's family had a good plan. No matter how good Zhao Yun's life was, she wouldn't help the third branch, so old Zhao's family couldn't benefit from it. On the other hand, Zhao Tianlong would definitely be able to pass the high scholar examination after this trip to the capital city. Old Zhao's family would also be able to achieve meteoric success. The third branch could only wait to regret it. Once they moved out, old Zhao's family's good days would no longer have anything to do with the third branch. Zhao Baoshan was unwilling to move out. They were a good family with two elders still around. There was no reason to move out. What he was most afraid of was that if the third branch moved out, the other branches of the first and second branch would also make a fuss about moving out. However, if they didn't move out and didn't agree to Zhao Yun's request, would they really let Hua Chunhua eat **T and embarrass herself? Zhao Yun was a little impatient. If you don't agree, then forget it. I don't have that much time to waste with you. Okay. Of course it's okay. Yun girl, don't be anxious. Hua Chunhua hurriedly said and then poked Zhao Baoshan. Old man, hurry up and say something. Otherwise, I'll eat **T. Hey, third brother's wife, what are you thinking? Do you want to move out? Zhao Baoshan sighed and looked at Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao. Being called out by Zhao Baoshan, Zhao Tianhua didn't know what to say. If he said that he wanted to move out, wouldn't he hurt his parents' feelings? Father. Chapter 394. In the past few years, Liang Jinxiao didn't have the opportunity to help Zhao Yun because the third branch hadn't been separated. Everything belonged to old Zhao's family and wasn't something they could use as they wished. Every time they gave something, they had to be sneaky, as if they were thieves. If the third branch didn't seize the opportunity this time, it wouldn't be so easy to separate in the future. Zhao Baoshan looked deeply at Liang Jinxiao. Third brother's wife was usually soft-hearted, but now she actually said such words. Since third brother's wife has said so, I have no reason to not separate. Then the third branch will be separated from our old Zhao's family today. Zhao Baoshan finally relented, but his expression was a little lonely. Just as he was about to talk about how the third branch would be separated, Feng Zhangxia suddenly asked, Yin'er, is Daodu really your son? When Feng Zhangxia said this, old Zhao's family finally reacted. If Daodu was the son of young Master Shitzi, then the third branch would be at a disadvantage if they were separated. It was naturally good to have a little relationship with young Master Shitzi. Zhao Yun's eyes flashed with a touch of complexity. Feng Zhangxia deliberately asked this, probably because she had some ulterior motives. Of course not. If he was young Master Shitzi's son, would I have suffered these 3 years? Feng Zhangxia thought about it and agreed. If he was young Master Shitzi's son, would Zhao Yun'er still come back to the countryside? Mu Yinfeng probably said it casually that day to take Daodu away. Okay, there's no need to ask about other things. Let's talk about the separation first. Zhao Baoshan brought the matter to the main topic. He was a little afraid that Daodu's identity would be discovered. Okay, old Zhao's family responded. Coincidentally, Li Zheng was present today. There were many villagers who came as well. With Li Zheng as a witness, there would be no disputes after the family split. Old Zhao's family didn't have many things. After some discussion, they decided to give the third branch 1 mu of paddy field and 1 mu of dry land. As for the rooms, the third bedroom would still be in the original one, but the kitchen would have to be rebuilt. As for the money, Hu Chunhua gritted her teeth and took out 800 copper coins and gave it to the third branch. The money was enough for the third branch for a while. Old Zhao's family also got some of the food. The third branch was satisfied with this result. At least with so many things, they could support old Zhao's family for a while. The most important thing was that they could move away from old Zhao's A-class family. Yin'er, look, we've already broken up with this family. Can we just forget about your grandmother? Zhao Baoshan asked. Zhao Yun'er nodded. Then let's forget about it. But it doesn't mean that we'll forget about it the next time. I know, Yin'er. Your grandmother won't go to your place to make trouble if she has nothing to do. Okay, Zhao Yun responded faintly. Seeing that Zhao Yun, and Mu Yinfeng had left, Hu Chunhua was sure that she was safe. She heaved a sigh of relief and sat down on the ground. Mother, what's the matter? Li Chueying went up and asked politely. Zhao Xinhui also put on a rare act. He went up to Hu Chunhua and asked her with concern, Mother, what's wrong with you? They've already left. Why are you still so scared? Hu Chunhua waved her hand. You silly girl, you don't know. My legs are still weak. Hurry up and help me up. Chapter 395. The last time she came back, Zhao Xinhui was severely scolded by Zhao Baoshan. Zhao Baoshan scolded her for being heartless and making her own mother eat sh*t. Zhao Xinhui was worried that Zhao Baoshan was in a bad mood today and that she would be scolded again, so she hurriedly pretended to be concerned about Hu Chunhua. When Zhao Xinhui approached Hu Chunhua, she smelled the stench of urine and couldn't help but frown. Zhao Xinhui frowned and hurriedly let go of Hu Chunhua. There was a hint of disdain in her voice. Mother, have you not bathed in a long time? Why do you still smell like urine? Hu Chunhua stretched her nose and sniffed. She asked, Really? I just bathed the day before yesterday. How can I smell like urine again? Did you not wash yourself clean? How can that be? If you didn't wash yourself clean, it means that you didn't wipe off the dust on your body. It's impossible that you can't get rid of the smell of urine. But mother, you smell it on your body. Second sister-in-law, smell it. Li Chueying leaned over and sniffed. Mother, it does smell a little stinky. Hu Chunhua was puzzled. What was going on? Let's not talk about this for now. Second sister-in-law, hurry and help me up. Li Chueying endured the stench of urine and helped Hu Chunhua up. Just as he helped Hu Chunhua up, Zhao Xinhui exclaimed, Mother, you peed in your pants. Li Chueying also looked at Hu Chunhua's, but found that it was wet. There was a wet mark next to Hu Chunhua's, but it was obvious that she had urinated. No wonder Hu Chunhua smelled like urine. It turned out to be because of this. I peed in my pants? Hu Chunhua opened her mouth. She was also a little surprised. How could she have peed in her pants? Her daughter's voice was so loud that everyone heard it. The villagers who were about to leave couldn't help but cover their mouths and laugh when they heard Zhao Xinhui's words. This old woman was so old, but she still peed in her pants. How could she be so useless? Mother, why don't you see it yourself? Your pants are so wet. Zhao Xinhui complained. Hu Chunhua touched her, but found it was indeed wet. She was probably too scared and didn't even know that she peed in her pants. Hu Chunhua felt very embarrassed for a moment. Hearing the laughter coming from all directions, she felt even more embarrassed. If it wasn't for her daughter shouting so loudly, they wouldn't have found out. Now, she had lost a lot of face. Queer, don't shout so loudly next time. It'll be so embarrassing if other people find out. Zhao Xinhui curled her lips. I know, Mother. I shouted out in a moment of excitement. Your hand touched my pants. Don't touch me. Zhao Xinhui said and moved away immediately. The more Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui, the more he disliked her. How could he raise such a heartless girl? He didn't know whether Zhao Xinhui was mentally retarded or not. She didn't know what she should do and what she shouldn't do. Father, I'll go and see if Yun'er needs any help. I'll go and help her, Zhao Xinhui said to Zhao Baoshan. It was rare to see Zhao Xinhui being so sensible. It would be good for her to help Zhao Yun'er, so Zhao Baoshan nodded. Go ahead. Sure. Zhao Xinhui ran away excitedly. Chapter 396. However, Zhao Xinhui's intention was not to help Zhao Yun'er. Instead, she wanted to take the opportunity to get close to Mu Lianfeng. If she didn't find more opportunities to hang out in front of Mu Lianfeng, how could Mu Lianfeng remember her? Zhao Ping saw through Zhao Xinhui's thoughts and hurriedly caught up with Zhao Xinhui's footsteps. Master, I'll also go and help Yun'er. Seeing these two people who were usually as lazy as maggots suddenly say such words, Zhao Baoshan couldn't help but shake his head. He felt that it was really strange. Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng returned to Zhao Yun'er's dilapidated house. Everything in the house had been rummaged through, so it was a bit messy. She had to tidy it up again. Looking at the original vegetable garden that had been ruined, Zhao Yun'er felt an indescribable heartache. Not only had some of the vegetables been pulled out, but chickens and ducks had also been put in. The leaves of the vegetables that had just sprouted were riddled with holes. Although these vegetables weren't worth much, they were Zhao Yun'er's painstaking efforts after all. After working so hard for so many days, the things were ruined. She definitely felt bad. Zhao Yun'er first went to the house to tidy it up. She arranged everything neatly, then took a broom and swept it inside and out again. Yun'er, I'll go and fetch water for you, Mu Lianfeng said. There was no water in the water tank at home. Wiping the table and wiping the stove required water. Mu Lianfeng went out to fetch water. At this time, the third branch was also busy dividing and cleaning things in old Zhao's house. Her two younger brothers didn't come over. Otherwise, Zhao Tianin would definitely help her carry water. Zhao Yun'er was a woman, so it was still a bit difficult for her to carry water back. Seeing Mu Lianfeng bring it up, Zhao Yun'er said, Mu Lianfeng, you don't know where the river is. Let me go. It's okay. Dao can take me there. This kind of work is supposed to be done by a man. Seeing Mu Lianfeng insist, Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, Then you go. Let Dao take you. Yes. Zhao Yun'er was worried. Mu Lianfeng had been pampered for so many years. Would he know how to do this kind of rough work? Although carrying water wasn't a difficult task, if it wasn't done well, it would be quite strenuous. If it wasn't done well, it would be easy for the water to splash onto himself. Daddy, let's go. Daodu ran ahead excitedly. At this moment, Daodu couldn't wait to drag Mu Lianfeng to stroll around the village and show everyone that he also had a daddy. And such a tall and his daddy. Yes, Mu Lianfeng carried 2 buckets of water and began to walk out of the door. When Zhao Yun'er saw Mu Lianfeng carrying buckets of water, she felt that he was a bit out of place. Mu Lianfeng's temperament was really too good. He didn't look like someone who would do this kind of rough work in the countryside. This kind of work should be done by the mountain men in the countryside. Mu Lianfeng seemed to feel Zhao Yun'er's scorching gaze. After walking a few steps, he turned around and asked, Yun'er, why are you looking at me like that? Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, Nothing. I just think that you look a little funny. Funny? Is that so? Mu Lianfeng raised his eyebrows. Yes, a little. Haha. It's because this air also looks very handsome when carrying buckets of water, right? Mu Yinfeng said somewhat narcissistically. Zhao Yun knew that Mu Yinfeng was just joking with her. She still rolled her eyes and said, narcissist. Mu Yinfeng's laughter became louder. He felt that joking with Zhao Yun actually brought the two of them closer. Only people who were familiar with each other would do this, right? Chapter 397. Mu Yinfeng had only taken a few steps when he heard Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping, Er's voices behind him. The two of them greeted Mu Yinfeng in a flattering manner. Lord Air. Mu Yinfeng stopped in his tracks and raised his eyebrows. What can I do for you two ladies? His voice was mild. He wanted to see if Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping were here to cause trouble for Zhao Yun. Zhao Xinhui pinched her handkerchief and bashfully looked at Mu Yinfeng. Lord Air, why are you carrying a bucket of water? Who wants to carry water? Do you need my help? Zhao Ping was unwilling to be left behind. That's right. Lord Air, is there anything you need our help with? The two of us can help you together. Zhao Xinhui was displeased to see Zhao Ping being so attentive in front of Mu Yinfeng. She thought that an ugly woman like Zhao Ping had the nerve to stroll in front of Mu Yinfeng. Wasn't she afraid of disgusting him? Help me. Mu Yinfeng chuckled, and there was an additional look in his eyes. Zhao Yun'er walked out and stood to the side. When she saw Zhao Ping, and Zhao Xinhui acting like this, she couldn't help but roll her eyes. These two women were really interesting. Both of them were trying to curry favor with Mu Yinfeng. They must be up to no good. That's right. Lord Air, it looks like you're really carrying water. How can a person of your status do this kind of work? Zhao Yun is really too much. She doesn't know the rules at all. Zhao Xinhui complained and then glanced at Zhao Yun angrily. Zhao Yun only found it a little ridiculous. She couldn't be bothered to bicker with Zhao Xinhui and wanted to see what she would say next. This lord is a man. It's understandable that I'm helping Yun do some work. If the two ladies don't have anything else, then this lord will take his leave. Seeing that Mu Yinfeng was about to leave, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping hurriedly chased after him. Lord Air, let us help you. As Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping spoke, the two of them each took one of the wooden buckets that Mu Yin was carrying. Since the two ladies are so enthusiastic, then I'll leave the task of carrying water to the two of you. This Lord Air will go back and rest first. Mu Yinfeng curved the corners of his mouth and smiled magnificently. He didn't forget to add, I might need a little more water, so I'll have to trouble the two ladies to make a few more trips. After Mu Yinfeng finished speaking, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping were all stunned. Mu Yinfeng meant that the two of them should go and that he wouldn't go alone. But by offering to help, they wanted to hang out in front of Mu Yinfeng. Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and said, Lord Air, you're really not going? Didn't the two ladies say that they wanted to help? Each of you is carrying a bucket. What can this Lord Air do to help? Or are the two ladies unwilling to help? Zhao Xinhui hurriedly waved her hand. No, Lord Air, I didn't mean that. You're the Lord Air. Naturally, you should rest. Then the two ladies can go and carry water. Oh, okay. Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping reluctantly walked toward the river. They really didn't manage to hook up with Mu Yinfeng. Instead, they had to work. How tiring would it be to carry water? Just one trip was enough, and they had to make a few more. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping had left, a sly look flashed across Mu Yinfeng's eyes. Zhao Yun couldn't help but ask, You're really letting them carry water? Chapter 398. Zhao Yun also smiled. She knew that Mu Yinfeng was teasing Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping. Now, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping didn't end up well with Mu Yinfeng. Instead, they were sent to work by Mu Yinfeng. She was very curious. If Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping found out the truth, how much trauma would they feel in their hearts? As for Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping, because of Zhao Yun, Mu Yinfeng also somewhat disliked these two people. Just making them work was already the lightest punishment. Of course, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping should be glad that they didn't do anything too excessive to Zhao Yun'er. Otherwise, Mu Yinfeng, I realize that you weren't like this in the past. Or should I say, I know too little about you? Zhao Yun said with a smile. In the past, Mu Yinfeng's image in front of Zhao Yun was that of a serious and proper man. Now, she felt that Mu Yinfeng was somewhat two-faced. Zhao Yun didn't know if she could continue to interact with Mu Yinfeng. What else could she discover about Mu Yinfeng that was different from the image in her heart? Yin, maybe you don't know me well enough. There's still a long way to go. You will have a deeper understanding of what kind of person I am. Mu Yinfeng smiled slightly, revealing a charming smile. Zhao Yun hurriedly turned her head. She was afraid that if she looked at Mu Yinfeng again, she would be fascinated by him. Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping walked towards the river in the village. Halfway there, Zhao Xinhui directly handed the wooden bucket in her hand to Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Ping, help me hold it. Zhao Ping frowned and said reluctantly, Andy, you have hands. Why do you want me to hold it? Why do you talk so much nonsense when I'm asking you to hold it for me? My hands are tired from carrying it. It's so sore. Zhao Xinhui put the wooden bucket on the ground and rubbed her wrists. For so long, Zhao Xinhui was a person who didn't do household chores. She couldn't even bear to do a little work. So she found it difficult to carry a wooden bucket that weighed a few kilograms. Seeing Zhao Xinhui like this, Zhao was her auntie. Her sister-in-law was really too much. She only knew how to bully her and push all the work to her. She clearly didn't have a life of an eldest miss, but she liked to do things that only an eldest miss would do. Wasn't it difficult for her to carry the wooden bucket? Now she was carrying 2 wooden buckets. Would her auntie make her carry 2 buckets of water by herself when they came back later? She wasn't a man and didn't have that much strength. Why are you still in a daze? Why aren't you moving? Zhao Xinhui urged unhappily and said to Zhao Ping. She was so dazed that it was annoying to look at her. Zhao Ping then reluctantly lifted Zhao Xinhui's wooden bucket. The sooner we bring the water back, the sooner we can talk to Master Shizi. Do you understand? Zhao Xinhui whispered to Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was instantly energized when she heard Zhao Xinhui's words. Andy, you're right. We should bring the water back as soon as possible. Chapter 399. Zhao Xinhui touched her own face as she spoke. Her face was what she was most satisfied with. If a woman had a beautiful face, she would have capital. She wouldn't have to worry about not being able to hook up with rich men. Aunt, how can you say that about me? Zhao Ping complained sadly. Zhao Ping didn't feel anything before Zhao Xinhui mentioned it, but Zhao Ping remembered Lu San's reaction when he hugged her and saw her face. Was it destined that no man would like her just because she was ugly? In fact, if she didn't have the birthmark on her face, she would be very ugly too. I didn't say anything wrong. Zhao Ping, you're ugly. You're probably the ugliest woman in our village. Zhao Xinhui said directly. She didn't care about Zhao Ping's feelings at all. Zhao Ping was even sadder. It was fine if they said she was ugly, but now they directly defined her as the ugliest woman in the village. How could she accept it? She couldn't help but mutter, Aunt, I'm not the ugliest woman in the village. Jinhua is the ugliest woman in the village. Jinhua's appearance appeared in Zhao Xinhui's mind. She was really fat and strong. Most importantly, her face was full of pockmarks. Just thinking about it made her feel disgusted. She frowned and said, Then you're the second ugliest woman in our village. Jinhua is the ugliest. It was a bad comment, but Zhao Xinhui was happy to hear it. Aunt, I told you, I'm not the ugliest woman in the village. Zhao Ping said with a smile. Zhao Xinhui rolled her eyes in her heart. So what? She was still ugly. Aunt, Jinhua is the ugliest woman in our village. If she can get married, I'm sure I can get married in the future too. Zhao Ping began to comfort herself. She couldn't be an old woman who couldn't get married for the rest of her life, right? Wouldn't he be laughed to death by others? Haha, Zhao Ping, you're really interesting. Golden Flower can get married, but why don't you see what kind of man she married? If you marry that kind of man, you could do it too, but he's probably a fool, a cripple, and you can even receive some money from him. Do you want me to ask my mother to introduce them to you? No, I don't want to marry a cripple. Then who do you want to marry? Like the crown prince? After being questioned by Zhao Xinhui, Zhao Ping fell silent. She really wanted to marry a man like the crown prince. Every woman wants to marry a rich and handsome man. Zhao Ping stop dreaming. If the crown prince likes you, then I can only say that he is blind. All right, stop talking. Let's go. Oh, Zhao Ping replied weakly. She felt that she was beaten black and blue by Zhao Xinhui. She couldn't help but think of her face and think of ways to make her face more beautiful. Zhao Yin'er tidied up the things and finally tidied up properly. Yin'er, girl. It was Aunt Lu's voice. After going through the treatment for the past few days, Uncle Lu's condition had almost recovered. He was recuperating at home for the past few days. Zhao Yun came out and saw Annie Lu. Behind Annie Lu was Xiao Mao. Zhao Yun was pleasantly surprised. Aunt Lu, didn't you say that Xiao Mao ran away by itself? Why? Chapter 400. Annie Lu smiled and said, that day, Xiao Mao did run away, but wandered around and finally came to my door. Shanzi knew what happened to your family, so he tied Xiao Mao up in my cow sheet. No one else knew. When I heard that you were back, I sent Xiao Mao over to you. After listening to Auntie Lu's explanation, Zhao Yun finally understood. Xiao Mao, this beast was really smart. It didn't run anywhere else. It knew that Auntie Lu's place was safe, so it ran to Auntie Lu's place. Auntie Lu, thank you. I thought our family's Xiao Mao was lost. Zhao Yun said gratefully. Such a smart little beast. Zhao Yun probably couldn't buy it no matter how much money she spent. What are you thanking me for? It's your family's Xiao Mao that's smart. Haha, I heard that Xiao Mao did something earth-shattering. Zhao Yun was curious about what earth-shattering thing Xiao Mao did. Seeing that Zhao Yun was curious, she guessed that she didn't know. So Auntie Lu told Zhao Yun. When Zhao Yun heard, she covered her mouth and couldn't help but laugh. Xiao Mao actually bullied Hu Chunhua. Zhao Yun stroked Xiao Mao's fur and praised Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao, I didn't expect you to be so smart. You really did a good job. I'll cook some meat for you to eat later. In the face of Zhao Yun's praise, Xiao Mao proudly raised its head. Auntie Lu couldn't help but laugh. Haha, your family's little donkey is really interesting. It's really different from ordinary beasts. Of course, the one I raised is definitely different. Zhao Yun was also rarely narcissistic. Yun, girl, and your family Xiaohe, Auntie Lu said as she handed the little puppy in her arms to Zhao Yun. Ah, Xiaohe. Zhao Yun said with some surprise. He was only thinking about Xiao Mao and had almost forgotten about Xiaohe. Little He was still small, so Hu Chunhua didn't have any ideas about it. After all, such a small puppy couldn't make dog meat hot pot. Zhao Yun took little He from Annie Lu's hands. Annie Lu is lucky that you're taking care of her. Otherwise, little He would definitely starve to death. Humans would definitely collapse from hunger if they did not eat for a few days, and dogs would naturally be the same. Aunt Lu smiled and said, that's not true. If it wasn't in my house, Xiaohe wouldn't have starved to death. In this day and age, other animals might starve to death, but not dogs. Dogs can eat human feces and pig feces. These things are everywhere in the village. When Annie Lu said that, Zhao Yun'er felt disgusted. She stared at Little Black and pursed her lips. Annie Lu, my Little Black, hasn't eaten shit in the past few days, right? Annie Lu was stunned at first. Then she smiled and said, no, of course not. Your family's Xiaohe has food to eat. How can he go back and eat shit? But that big dog of mine doesn't give him milk to drink, so he's been eating thin porridge these past few days. Sometimes there's some soup in the thin porridge. Luckily, Xiaohe isn't picky. Zhao Yun'er then nodded in relief. That's good. When she turned back, she still had to keep an eye on Xiaohe. She mustn't let him learn from other dogs and eat shit. Although this was a dog's nature, Zhao Yun'er couldn't accept it. Otherwise, she would have to think carefully about hugging Xiaohe when she turned back. Xiao He went into Zhao Yun'er's arms, and his eyes instantly lit up. Woof, 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 he barked at Zhao Yun'er twice, his little tail wagging around, looking very cute. Chapter 401. Yes, I didn't dote on it for nothing. Zhao Yun'er patted Blackie's little head as she spoke. It was so furry, so comfortable to hold in her hands. As for Xiao Mao, Zhao Yun'er brought it back to the wooden shed. Aunt Lu, how's Uncle Lu's illness? Zhao Yun'er asked with concern. He's much better now. The doctor gave him a few doses of medicine. He should be fine after taking them. Girl, I still have to thank you for this matter. If you didn't sell the bullfrogs, we wouldn't have the money to treat him. Speaking of selling the bullfrogs, Zhao Yun'er felt a little sorry for Aunt Lu. She didn't know how to say it, but she could not say it. After hesitating for a while, Zhao Yun said to Aunt Lu, Brother Shanzi doesn't have to buy bullfrogs anymore. I won't do the restaurant business anymore. Aunt Lu also knew that Zhao Yun'er's accident this time had something to do with the restaurant. Zhao Yun'er must have her reasons for not doing it. So she nodded and said, Yun'er, it's okay. The money we earned before is almost enough to treat your Uncle Lu's illness. That's good. Yun'er, don't worry. Just take care of yourself. Our family can handle it. Yes. Then Yun'er, I'll leave first. If there's anything, just call me. Okay, Aunt Lu. Take care. Okay. After Aunt Lu left, Zhao Yun handed Xiao He to Dao Du. After not seeing Xiao He for a few days, Dao Du missed him very much. He held him in his hands and stroked him nonstop. Xiao He also licked Dao Du's little hands. When Xiao Mao saw the interaction between Xiao He and Dao Du, it couldn't help but feel jealous. It kept barking at Xiao He and Dao Du. Zhao Yun'er caught a glimpse of Xiao Mao's movements and patted Dao Du's head. Dao Du, Xiao Mao is jealous. Don't always play with Xiao He. Bring Xiao Mao along too. Dao Du came back to his senses and nodded. Okay, mother, I'll go now. After Dao Du ran away, only Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng were left. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, I'm going to make lunch. Mu Lianfeng, are you hungry? Mu Lianfeng shook his head. I'm fine. I'm not that hungry. You still have to do it. It's already past mealtime. I'll help you. All right. The two of them entered the kitchen together and worked together. One of them was cooking at the stove, while the other was tending to the fire below. Not long after, white smoke rose from the stove, and the kitchen was filled with smoke. When they returned from the heir presumptive's residence, they had prepared some food. There were cured meat, salted fish, and some sweets and pastries. Zhao Yun'er made do with some stir-fried cured meat for lunch and pulled out a handful of leftover cabbage from the vegetable garden. Then, she steamed a pot of fragrant rice. It was steaming hot and fragrant. Zhao Yun'er was preparing to cook when she turned around and bumped into Mu Lianfeng. When did he run behind her? Yun, are you okay? Mu Lianfeng asked nervously. Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I'm fine. Fortunately, she didn't bump into him too hard. However, Mu Lianfeng's chest was too hard. She was afraid that she might have hurt his wound. Seeing that Mu Lianfeng didn't react, she assumed that he was fine. Yun'er, Mu Lianfeng suddenly pulled Zhao Yun'er into his arms. In the low-ceilinged kitchen, Zhao Yun'er felt that the space had become smaller. Her nose was filled with Mu Lianfeng's scent. Chapter 402. Mu Lianfeng, what are you doing? Zhao Yun'er asked softly. Nothing, Yun'er. I just want to hug you. I'm leaving in the afternoon, so I might be separated from you for a while. I'll miss you. Will you miss me? Zhao Yun'er didn't know how to answer Mu Lianfeng's question. Would she miss him? It might be. However, other than her father, she had never thought of any other man in her life. I don't know. Zhao Yun answered honestly. Yun'er, you won't miss me? Mu Lianfeng was a little disappointed. You haven't left yet. How would I know if I'll miss you? But no matter if I miss you or not, you should come back soon. Zhao Yun'er mumbled. Don't worry. I'll come back as soon as possible. When I come back, we'll be together. Okay. Zhao Yun'er answered softly. Just as the two of them were hugging, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping's voices suddenly came from outside the door. When Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping's saw Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yun hugging each other. They bit their chins hard. Zhao Xinhui rushed in and started scolding Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun, it's broad daylight. You're seducing a man and hugging a man. Aren't you too shameless? The originally good atmosphere was ruined by Zhao Xinhui. Mu Lianfeng frowned in disgust. Zhao Yun was naturally embarrassed to be seen by others. She quickly separated from Mu Lianfeng. She cleared her throat and replied unhappily, "What does it have to do with you?" "Well, Zhao Yun, you're still so arrogant after doing such a shameless thing. Don't you have any shame? I've never seen a woman like you." Zhao Xinhui started to clamor again. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Xinhui's reaction. She was obviously mad with jealousy when she saw her with Mu Lianfeng. Now, she was deliberately condemning her. Damn it. Did she really think she was easy to bully? Zhao Yun stared at Zhao Ping, and chuckled. "I'm shameless? I think you're the shameless one, aren't you? You can't wait to stick to a man whenever you see him. I don't see you being so attentive. Now you're asking me to help you? Aren't you just trying to get close to His Highness?" After being exposed by Zhao Yun, Zhao Xinhui felt guilty and blushed. However, she still replied unwillingly, "What's wrong with me helping His Highness? How could a person like her help you with your work? Zhao Yun, what kind of charm did you use to seduce you? Let me tell you, you should know your place. You've already given birth to a child. You're no longer a virgin. Don't do anything that will embarrass our old Zhao family." Zhao Yun's smile became colder. It was really interesting. "Zhao Xinhui, please get this straight. You're the one who seduced him. You're the one who acted indecently, yet you're talking about others. Where's your shame?" Zhao Yun retorted. "Saying that I'm no longer a virgin is better than saying that you're staying at home and can't get married. If you want to talk about knowing your place, you have the nerve to say it to others. Why don't you say it to yourself? Do you think you're good enough for you?" Zhao Xinhui was driven mad by Zhao Yun's words. Zhao Yun, this be *tch. She had to kill her. Hence, she threw down the bucket in her hand and rushed toward Zhao Yun. Chapter 403. Seeing Zhao Xinhui rushing over, Mu Lianfeng was originally going to help Zhao Yun, but Zhao Yun pushed him away. She did not want to hide behind Mu Lianfeng and become a little woman protected by a man. Moreover, she could deal with such a small matter. Dealing with Zhao Xinhui was not a problem at all. When Zhao Xinhui rushed in front of Zhao Yun calmly moved aside. Zhao Xinhui immediately bumped into Zhao Yun's kitchen stove. Her stomach was hit hard, and it was extremely painful. Zhao Xinhui gritted her teeth and fell to the ground, crying out in pain. "Ouch, it hurts so much. I can't take it anymore." Zhao Pinger watched from aside. She had no intention of helping Zhao Xinhui. Instead, she covered her mouth and snuck a peek. Her aunt had scolded her and said that she was ugly just now. Great, now she had also learned her lesson. The more Zhao Xinhui screamed, the happier Zhao Pinger felt. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Xinhui, who was squatting on the ground. She did not have any intention of softening her heart. Instead, she directly lifted Zhao Xinhui up and threw her out of the kitchen. After Zhao Xinhui tossed and turned like this, the bones in her body were all shattered. "Zhao Pinger, are you dead? You didn't even help me up when you saw me on the ground." Zhao Xinhui kicked Zhao Pinger. Zhao Pinger reluctantly walked to Zhao Xinhui's side and pulled Zhao Xinhui up from the ground. "Aunt, wretched girl, I'll deal with you later." "No, Aunt, you can't beat Zhao Yun. Let's just forget about it, okay?" Zhao Xinhui was not willing to let it go. She turned to Mu Lianfeng with an aggrieved expression and acted coquettishly to Mu Lianfeng. "Lord Heir, look at Zhao Yun. She's too much. You have to seek justice for me." Men would always feel sorry for beautiful women. Zhao Xinhui pretended to be pitiful again. Even if Mu Lianfeng would not really help her, at least seeing her being bullied so miserably, he would at least know how vicious Zhao Yun was, right? Men also hated vicious women, and the crown prince should be the same. But after Zhao Xinhui's tearful complaints, Mu Lianfeng smiled faintly and said, "Why do I feel that this is all your fault? Lord Heir, how could it be my fault It was clearly Zhao Yun'er, that slut who seduced you. You have to keep your eyes open and not be fooled by her. You don't know, but her reputation has long been ruined. Not only did she get pregnant before marriage and seduce a wild man, but there were also rumors about her relationship with other men in the village. She didn't pick up anything at all. Otherwise, our Zhao family wouldn't have chased her out. She saw that your status is not ordinary, so she pretended in front of you to attract your attention. She wants to rise to the top in the future. Zhao Yun'er listened to Zhao Xinhui's scolding and really turned her into an extremely disgusting and evil woman. Just as Zhao Xinhui was getting excited, Zhao Yun'er came over and directly slapped Zhao Xinhui's mouth. Zhao Xinhui, you should keep these words to yourself. Don't falsely accuse me of seducing men. Lord Air is my man. Do I need to seduce him? You're the slut. You're also thinking about my man. Let me ask you, are you worthy? Speaking of being disgraceful, I don't think anyone in old Zhao's family is more disgraceful than you. Zhao Yun'er's slap caused Zhao Xinhui's mouth to swell. She wanted to continue to quarrel with Zhao Yun'er, but she couldn't speak. She could only cry. Chapter 404. Ha, this feels so good. As the saying goes, cheese will be punished by the heavens. Zhao Yun'er had already helped her deal with a tch like her younger aunt. She didn't even need to do anything. That tch couldn't say anything now. Let's see what she can say about her now. Faced with Zhao Yun'er's valiant appearance, Mu Lianfeng wasn't afraid at all. Instead, the smile on his face deepened. He looked at Zhao Yun'er with a fascinated and bright light in his eyes. Zhao Yun'er actually said that he was her man. This feeling of being acknowledged felt so good. Zhao Yun'er, you? What nonsense are you talking about? How can the air be your man? Zhao Xinhui endured the pain and mumbled vaguely. After saying that, she covered her mouth and cried bitterly. She was in so much pain. What should she do now? She had to rest for a few days before she could speak again, right? Why not? The heir will marry me in a while, so he's my man. Zhao Xinhui, I'm warning you. If you want to flirt with a man, you'd better flirt with someone else. No one will stop you if you're tch. But if you mess with my man, don't blame me for being rude. Zhao Yun'er's frightening gaze gave Zhao Xinhui a fright. She knew the severity of Zhao Yun'er's actions, but if she didn't get close to Mu Lianfeng, how could she get close to Mu Lianfeng? You're still looking? If you take another look, do you believe that I won't gouge your eyeballs out? Zhao Yun'er threatened. Zhao Xinhui reluctantly retracted her gaze from Mu Lianfeng's body. Younger aunt, let's hurry and leave. Otherwise, Zhao Yun'er will really make a move. Look at how badly you were beaten up just now. If you had listened to me, things wouldn't have turned out like this. You'd better leave now. Zhao Yun'er's gone crazy. She might really dig out your eyeballs. Zhao Ping held Zhao Xinhui's hand as she whispered into Zhao Xinhui's ear. Zhao Ping didn't really care about Zhao Xinhui. She was just afraid that if Zhao Xinhui got into a conflict with Zhao Yun'er and got her involved, wouldn't she suffer for nothing if she was hurt by Zhao Yun? After being persuaded by Zhao Ping, Zhao Xinhui was indeed a little scared. She stomped her feet, glared at Zhao Yun'er, and left. Zhao Yun'er clapped her hands. She was in a good mood. How could she not be happy after chasing away the weirdo? When she turned around, she saw Mu Lianfeng behind her. Mu Lianfeng looked at her with a burning gaze. Zhao Yun'er felt a little uncomfortable being stared at by Mu Lianfeng. Why didn't he scare her when she was fierce just now? Why are you looking at me? Zhao Yun'er asked in a low voice. The aura that had erupted just now suddenly disappeared, and she returned to her feminine appearance. It was as if she had suddenly become a different person. Perhaps a woman couldn't be strong in front of the man she liked. I'm thinking about what you said just now. Mu Lianfeng had a faint smile on his face. What did I say? You said that I'm your man. I said it on purpose for Zhao Xinhui to hear, so that she wouldn't miss you and walk around in front of you. How annoying would you be? Don't you think so? I'm helping you. You have to thank me. Zhao Yun'er faced Mu Lianfeng's burning gaze and explained nervously. Chapter 405. In the face of Mu Yinfeng's direct confession, Zhao Yun didn't know how to respond for a while. Then it's a deal. If you become my man, you can't fool around with other women. I'm a jealous woman. If I find out that you're entangled with other women, they'll end up like Zhao Xinhui. Of course, you won't have a good time either. Yes, my wife. Mu Yinfeng was even happier in his heart. He couldn't control himself and leaned toward Zhao Yun again, hugging Zhao Yun from behind. It was really not good to be seen in broad daylight. Zhao Yun hurriedly struggled and broke away from Mu Yinfeng's arms. I'm going to cook. Seeing Zhao Yun blushing, Mu Yinfeng followed her into the kitchen. After the two of them went in, Lu Lei saw the sweet interaction between Zhao Yun and Mu Yinfeng not far away. Originally, he heard that Zhao Yun was back, so he came to have a look. During the days when Zhao Yun was in trouble, he had been worried about her, but he couldn't find a solution. He was just an ordinary person. How could he have any relationship with the government? Other than praying for Zhao Yun every day, he couldn't do any other substantial help. Hearing that Zhao Yun was back safely, he finally breathed a sigh of relief. When he came over, he thought that Zhao Yun just came back and there shouldn't be anything delicious at home. After such a torment during these days, she must have lost weight. He just came back from hunting, so he brought a wild rabbit with him to nourish Zhao Yun's body. However, he didn't expect that when he came over, he would see Zhao Yun flirting with another man. Why did it turn out like this? Lu Lei's heart was indescribably disappointed. The rabbit in his hand also became a lot heavier. A bitter smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. He shouldn't have thought about it in the first place. Mu Yinfeng was the heir apparent, and his status was much nobler than his. This time, Zhao Yun was able to return safely, and it was all thanks to Mu Yinfeng. Thinking about him again, what could he do for Zhao Yun? It seemed that there was nothing he could do. Such a sense of defeat made Lu Lei feel even more uncomfortable. Lu Lei let out a sigh. Forget it. If Zhao Yun and Mu Yinfeng got together, he should give them his blessings. After all, he should be happy that Zhao Yun found a good family. Lu Lei carried the hair and turned around to leave Zhao Yun's house. Brother Lu, Xiao Hong's voice suddenly came from behind him. Lu Lei turned around and replied indifferently, "You're here too?" "Yeah, I saw you at Sister Yun's place just now." "Brother Lu, why didn't you go in?" Lu Lei didn't know how to explain. "I was just passing by." Lu Lei twitched the corner of his mouth and said. Xiao Hong's eyes had a touch of complexity. "Brother Lu, there's something I don't know if I should say." "What is it?" Chapter 406. To put it bluntly, the purpose of Xiao Hong's words was to make Lu Lei give up. On the other hand, she was accusing Zhao Yun of being a woman who coveted wealth. How could he marry such a woman? She was only interested in money. After Xiao Hong finished speaking, Lu Lei felt very uncomfortable and defended Zhao Yun. "Yun is not that kind of woman." "Brother Lu, I know you don't want to believe it, but this is the truth. Speaking of which, you're not bad. You're so nice to Sister Yun. You're just a little less rich than the heir." "Xiao Hong, that's enough," Lu Lei said coldly and left in a huff. Looking at Lu Lei's back, Xiao Hong's lips curled up into a smile. It didn't matter whether Lu Lei believed her or not. Anyway, he must have felt uncomfortable in his heart. Lu Lei could only be hers. As for Zhao Yun, she didn't believe that Zhao Yun could really be with Mu Yinfeng. After all, with Zhao Yun's status, Mu Yinfeng wouldn't take a liking to her at all. She remembered that there was a man in Zhao Yun's house. That man was Mu Yinfeng. As for why he was in Zhao Yun's house, it should be because Zhao Yun saved him by chance. Mu Yinfeng was now helping Zhao Yun to express his gratitude. Zhao Yun busied herself for a while and finished cooking. She called Mu Yinfeng and Dao Du to eat together. The fried bacon tasted very good and was very fragrant. The bacon in the heir's mansion was indeed much better than the bacon she made herself. The three of them sat together and ate together. The atmosphere was very harmonious. After the family finished eating happily, Mu Yinfeng said goodbye reluctantly. He looked at Zhao Yun and then looked at Dao Du. If possible, he really wanted to stay by their side forever. Yinner, I have to go back, Mu Yinfeng said. Zhao Yun also felt a little reluctant to leave at this moment. Mu Yinfeng had lived in her house for a long time. She was used to him being here, but now he was leaving. Yinner, this is 100 taels of silver. Take it. You don't have to work hard to earn money. When I come back, I'll take you and Dao Du to live a good life. Looking at the money in Mu Yinfeng's hand, Zhao Yun didn't want to take it. They weren't even married yet. What did she mean by accepting this money? Mu Yinfeng, and if old Madame Mu knew about this, she would probably look down on her again. Moreover, even if she took Mu Yinfeng's money, she would still earn money. In case she encountered any obstacles when she was together with Mu Yinfeng in the future, Mu Yinfeng would move in with her. The two of them would at least have a source of income. It was always better to plan ahead and make more arrangements in advance. If the business was successful, she wouldn't have to worry about money in the future. She was a woman in the 21st century and had some thoughts of a woman in the 21st century. A woman should have her own career and ability. She shouldn't rely on a man to support her. Her future was in the hands of the man. If she started to spend Mu Yinfeng's money now, she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to get rid of Mu Yinfeng one day. In addition, she had promised to do business with Mulan before. She couldn't go back on her words. Mulan's family didn't have it easy now. She had to make a fortune with them. Chapter 407. But Yinner, no buts. If you force it on me, I'll be angry. I will be angry, Zhao Yun'er insisted. Mu Yinfeng knew Zhao Yun'er's character. Zhao Yun'er was different from other women. She was more independent and self-reliant. He didn't want to force Zhao Yun'er, so he took back his money bag. Yun'er, don't work too hard. Otherwise, I'll feel bad for you. The corner of Zhao Yun'er's mouth raised into a smile. Don't worry. How tired can it be? I can't just lie at home and do nothing all the time, right? I'll be useless if I do that. Mu Yinfeng was still worried, but he couldn't do anything about Zhao Yun'er. Before he left, he said to Dao Du, Daddy is leaving. You have to protect your mother during this time, okay? You're a man now. Dao Du nodded heavily. I know, Daddy. Mu Yinfeng patted Dao Du's head, then got into the carriage and left reluctantly. Dodo leaned against the door and watched as Mu Yinfeng's carriage went further and further away. Her face was filled with reluctance. Okay, Dao Du, Daddy's gone. Don't look. You could go play with Uncle. Okay. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun'er continued to tidy up the house and tidied up the vegetable garden. He took some twigs from the fence and sprinkled some vegetable seeds along the way. When she was almost done, Zhao Yun'er picked some things at home and prepared to give them to her parents. Since they had separated from the family, she could openly take some things over. Old Zhao's family wouldn't know anyway. She took a little of each of the things she brought back from the Shizi's mansion. She carried the basket and walked in the direction of Old Zhao's house. When Zhao Yun'er arrived at Old Zhao's house, Hu Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui were sitting in the yard. Hu Chunhua was holding an egg in her hand and was putting it on Zhao Xinhui's mouth. After all, her slap wasn't light. Zhao Xinhui's mouth was swollen badly. Mother, be gentle. It hurts. Zhao Xinhui pouted and let out a muffled groan. Okay. Mother, be gentle. That wretched girl. She hit you so hard. Woo. Zhao Xinhui also glared at him fiercely. Her eyes were filled with resentment as she whimpered in agreement. All right. Queer, don't talk if your mouth hurts. Hu Chunhua comforted her. Seeing her daughter being beaten so badly, she couldn't help but feel distressed, but she didn't dare to provoke Zhao Yun'er. She could only suffer in silence. That wretched girl is getting more and more outrageous. Hu Chunhua snorted and looked at Zhao Baoshan. You're Hui-er's father. Don't you know how to do something when you see your daughter being bullied like this? What can I do? Yun'er is like this now. Who dares to provoke her? Next time, I'll let you eat feces. Hu Chunhua was really scared when she heard that. But we can't let Hui suffer for nothing. Hu Chunhua muttered. What else can we do? Isn't it Hui who provoked her? Otherwise, why would she hit her? Zhao Baoshan replied unhappily. Chapter 408. After hearing Zhao Ping's words, Hu Chunhua trembled with anger. This wretched girl was too much. Did that girl really say that? Hu Chunhua asked angrily. Of course, Grandma. If you don't believe me, you can ask Annie. Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui nodded. That's just a girl. What do you mean by my Hui? Seducing Prince Shitzi. Isn't she just afraid that Prince Shitzi will fall for her? My Hui is much better than her. Zhao Xinhui agreed with a sob. She felt that what Hu Chunhua said was the truth. Zhao Yun must be afraid that Prince Shitzi would fall for her. That was why she did not let her get close to her. She was really scheming. However, the more Zhao Yun did not let her, the more she wanted to get close to her. As long as she caught Mu Lianfeng's attention, she would not have to worry about wealth and glory in the future. Grandma, I think so too. Our auntie is much better than Zhao Yun. She is beautiful and still a virgin. Zhao Ping said with a smile. On one hand, she was trying to please Hu Chunhua. On the other hand, she was thinking that if Zhao Xinhui really went to court death, she would be beaten up by Zhao Yun. By then, it would be interesting. As the three of them were talking, Liang Jinxiao walked out of the room. When Hu Chunhua saw Liang Jinxiao, she blamed Liang Jinxiao for her anger. In the end, it's this wretched girl who gave birth to that shameless B***tch Zhao Yun. As Hu Chunhua said, she threw a handful of pebbles on the ground at Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao snorted. Zhao Yun did not hear what Hu Chunhua and the others said. However, as soon as she arrived, she saw Hu Chunhua bullying her mother. She immediately became angry. This damned old woman, she's still acting like this. Why are you bullying my mother? Zhao Yun scolded. Hu Chunhua shuddered when she saw Zhao Yun coming over. I didn't. Do you really think I'm blind? You didn't see it? Your mother didn't do anything. She just threw some stones. It was just, the more Zhao Yun listened, the angrier she got. What kind of person was this? He grabbed a handful of stones from the ground and threw them at Hu Chunhua. Hu Chunhua cried out in pain. Since Grandma said so, then it doesn't matter if I throw it. Hu Chunhua could do nothing but grit her teeth. I'll say it right here. Grandma, if you dare to bully my mother again, then don't blame me for being rude. Hu Chunhua was a little scared by Zhao Yun's terrifying glare. All right, Yun, don't say any more. I'm fine. Liang Jinxiao pulled Zhao Yun. Mother, are you really okay? Does it hurt anywhere? No, it doesn't hurt. Yun, why are you here? Liang Jinxiao asked. Mother, I brought you something. Zhao Yun said as she handed the basket in her hand to Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao looked and sighed. Yun, why do you have salted meat and salted fish? These are all good things. You should keep them for yourself. Why did you send them to us? Liang Jinxiao didn't want to accept Zhao Yun's things. He felt that Zhao Yun's life wasn't easy. It's okay. Mother, you can keep them. I still have some at home. There are also some pastries and candies for Tianfu to eat. You could try them yourselves. They taste very good. Yun, keep them, Mother. Otherwise, I'll be angry. Chapter 409. As soon as old Zhao's family heard that Zhao Yun had sent something over, and it was something good, they immediately looked at it eagerly. Now that the third branch had separated, the things that Zhao Yun sent over naturally belonged to the third branch. They just couldn't imagine it. Yun, what good things did you send? Li Chuiying asked sourly. It's nothing. It's none of your business. Zhao Yun replied indifferently. Yun, did the Shitzi send these good things over? Since there are so many, why don't you get some for us too? We haven't eaten good things before, so we don't know what they taste like. Li Chuiying said shamelessly. Facing Zhao Yun's indifference, he didn't get angry. He continued to kneel down and fawn over her, wanting to get more. Zhao Yun sneered in her heart. How shameless. How could he say such things? Second aunt, when I was hungry and had nothing to eat, I didn't see you send me anything. What? Now you have the nerve to ask me to send you things? Zhao Yun wasn't afraid of offending people, so she mocked and ridiculed. Li Chuiying didn't think much of it. After all, he was thick-skinned. Zhao Baoshan couldn't listen to it anymore. He scolded Li Chuiying. Yun-er's things belong to Yun-er. Why are you coming over here to ask for more? Hurry up and go inside. Don't make a fool of yourself. Li Chueying pursed his lips. Father, I won't say anything. Looking at the good things that Zhao Yun is sent over, Li Chueying suddenly regretted pushing the third branch to separate. Otherwise, old Zhao's family would also have a share of these things. Thinking about the taste of bacon and salted fish, Li Chueying couldn't help but swallow his saliva. Mother, let's go inside, Zhao Yun'er said. It was very uncomfortable to be stared at by old Zhao's family. Okay, let's go inside. Liang Jinxiao nodded in response. In fact, she also knew that the things in her hands would be coveted by old Zhao's family. Since they didn't want to give it to her, she might as well not let them see it. The two of them went into the third branch's room one after the other. When Zhao Pinger heard about pastries, candies, and other delicious food, her eyes lit up. The three branches separated from the family. The things that Zhao Yun sent over had nothing to do with the old Zhao family, but they were related to her. She could eat them. Thinking about it, he couldn't help but feel happy. However, he couldn't show it in front of Zhao Xinhui and He Chunhua. Stupid girl. Now that you're rich, you don't recognize us anymore. Old Zhao's family gave birth to such a heartless girl, He Chunhua complained, then continued to help Zhao Xinhui cover her mouth. Queer, it's about time. Come, eat the egg. Don't waste it. He Chunhua said, took off the gauze wrapped around the egg, and handed it to Zhao Xinhui's mouth. Zhao Xinhui frowned and felt disgusted. She quickly shook her head. No, eat. Take it away. This is an egg. It's precious. It'll be a waste if you don't eat it. Zhao Xinhui still shook her head firmly. She used it to cover her mouth. She felt disgusted just thinking about how it was held in He Chunhua's black hand. It was mainly because He Chunhua didn't like to be clean. After she peed and pooped, she often scratched here and there. There was even black soil under her fingernails. Who would dare to eat something she took? Mother, if little sister doesn't want to eat it, give it to Tianyu. Li Chueying ran over with a smile. Chapter 410. At the end of the day, He Chunhua treated Shunpan better. She liked this smooth and slick daughter-in-law more. It was old Zhao's fortune to be able to marry such a person into old Zhao's family. Shunpan stood to the side with Zhao Yangyang in her arms. She appeared to be grateful for He Chunhua's kindness, but she was disgusted in her heart. Just like Zhao Xinhui, she felt disgusted. Zhao Xinhui couldn't eat the egg that she had grabbed with her dirty hands and put it in his mouth. Even if her Yangyang didn't have anything to eat, he didn't need to eat this egg. Moreover, as long as Zhao Tianlong passed the provincial examinations, she and her son would have a good life. They would just have to suffer for a while. She still had some money in her pocket. If she wanted to give it to Zhao Yangyang, she could secretly buy some things for him. Shunpan smiled gently and said to He Chunhua, Grandmother, there's no need. Let's give it to Tianyu. Tianyu is still growing. He needs to eat more good food. Li Chueying grinned happily when she saw that Shunpan was speaking up for Zhao Tianyu and had no intention of snatching the egg from her. Her niece-in-law was the best. She was sensible. A daughter raised by a rich family was indeed different. She was much more magnanimous. She was nothing like Zhao Yun, who was stingy and wouldn't let anyone take advantage of her. Pan is right. Tianyu is growing. His body hasn't been very well these days. Grandmother, let's give it to Tianyu. Yangyang has eaten plenty of good food at grandmother's house. One was pushing the egg away while the other was eagerly trying to snatch it. He Chunhua snorted softly and handed the egg to Li Chueying. All right, let's give it to Tianyu. Thank you, Mother. Li Chueying happily took the egg. After receiving the egg, Li Chueying hurriedly called Zhao Tianyu over to eat it. Seeing Li Chueying directly holding it in his hand without washing it with water, Shunpan couldn't take it anymore. These people from old Zhao's family, don't they find it dirty? A country bumpkin was indeed a country bumpkin. They didn't know how to be particular at all. Shunpan couldn't help but remind her, second aunt, rinse the eggs with water first before feeding them to Tianyu. Li Chueying paused for a moment, then smiled and said, It's okay, it's okay. You won't get sick if you eat it dirty. What's there to be picky about? As she spoke, Li Chuiying stuffed the egg into Zhao Tianyu's mouth. Shen Panner really didn't know what to say. How could this be? When she thought about how much of the food she ate was cooked by Li Chuiying, she almost vomited. Those dishes were probably not clean, right? Panner, what's wrong? Li Chuiying noticed that Shen Panner was clutching her chest, so she approached her and asked with concern. Shen Panner hurriedly took a step back and waved her hand. It's okay, it's okay. Thank you for your concern. As long as you're okay. Li Chuiying smiled. Shen Panner hurriedly found an excuse and went back into the house. Zhao Pinger. Zhao Xinhui called out to Zhao Ping. What's wrong, Annie? Zhao Pinger asked politely, but she had a bad feeling in her heart. Zhao Yinner didn't let us eat the food she sent over, but you can eat it. Go get some for me. I heard that she sent pastries and candies. Chapter 411. If Zhao Xinhui hadn't brought it up, she wouldn't have wanted to talk about it. After all, she could eat a lot by herself if she secretly ate it later. She didn't expect Zhao Xinhui to bring it up. What? Zhao Xinhui replied unhappily. Auntie, I can't get it even if I go in. Zhao Yin definitely won't let me eat it. You're her sister. Why can't you eat it? If she doesn't let you eat it, just tell your mother. Ask your mother to scold her. Yes, Ping. You're from the third branch. How can she not let you eat it? Go get some for your auntie. Hu Chunhua urged again. If she didn't bring it, she might be scolded. Thus, she went into the house reluctantly. Then I'll go and try. Go. Zhao Ping got up and walked towards the third branch's house. In the third branch's house, Zhao Yun, and Liang Jinxiao were chatting. After the separation, the paddy field and dry land given to the third branch were not very good places. The paddy field was located far away, and it would take at least 10 minutes to get there. Moreover, the paddy field was far from the canal, so it wasn't very convenient to irrigate it. The rice grains planted in the paddy field must be watered frequently. Otherwise, when the paddy field dried up, it would be easy for the rice grains to dry up. However, watering the paddy field was a troublesome thing. When they separated, they only said that they would be given 1 mu of paddy field and didn't specify which one to give. Through this kind of deception, the paddy field was given to the worst of the third branch. Zhao Yun felt angry when she heard Liang Jinxiao's words. He didn't have to bully people to this extent, right? He was simply treating them as fools. There's also 1 mu of dry land at the foot of the mountain, which was even more remote. Although there was land, old Zhao's family didn't grow much food because the land was very barren and there wasn't much food that could be grown. In addition, it was difficult to take care of. As long as the weeds weren't removed for a period of time, they would grow a lot. The trees at the foot of the mountain were more lush, so that they grew very quickly. Due to the disproportionate investment and output, old Zhao's family didn't grow anything on this piece of land. As a result, this piece of dry land was equivalent to an abandoned dry land. At this moment, Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan went to the dry land to clear the weeds and loosen the soil. Since it was given to them, they had to take good care of it. Otherwise, there wouldn't even be an acre of dry land, and there wouldn't even be a place to grow vegetables. When the time came, they could just plant some random things, and they would just have to work a little harder. Things were no longer the same as before. There were only so many things in the house. It would be difficult for them to live a good life. If he didn't work hard now, his life would be miserable in the future, and he would be laughed at by old Zhao's family. Zhao Yinner gritted her teeth and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, why are they doing this? They must have done it on purpose. I'll go look for them. Liang Jinxiao grabbed Zhao Yinner and said, Yinner, forget it. It's not easy to split from the family now. Although it's only this much land, it's at least a little. It's better than not giving anything to our third branch. If you make a fuss like this, what if you say that you don't want to split from the family? Yinner, your father and Tianan are both diligent. Even if we don't rely on these 2 mu of land, our lives will slowly improve. Chapter 412. Liang Jinxiao sighed again and said, "In fact, your grandfather and the others don't have it easy. Your eldest cousin brother is still studying, and your fifth uncle is not married yet. If they give too many things to our third branch, it will be their lives that will be difficult." Zhao Yun said with some displeasure, "Mother, you know how they treated our third branch in the past. Why are you sympathizing with them now?" Liang Jinxiao tugged the corners of his mouth and smiled slightly. "Yin only your grandmother and the others went overboard. You fourth uncle and fifth uncle are all quite good, aren't they? Especially your fifth uncle. When he heard that something happened to you, he hurriedly asked for leave and came back to help you think of a way to save you. Your grandfather even took out 20 taels of silver to bribe them. Because of this, your grandmother made a lot of trouble back then." Zhao Yun frowned. After hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, she felt that Zhao Baoshan had some conscience. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. After using it all these years, he probably did not have much money left after selling her. However, Zhao Baoshan was willing to take out 20 taels of silver at once and use this money to save her. Zhao Yun could not describe how she felt now. Originally, her resentment towards Zhao Baoshan did not seem to be so deep. "Mother, you said that fifth uncle went to save me. Where is he now? Why isn't he at home? I'm already back. Is he still in Yang City?" Zhao Yun asked hurriedly. At the mention of Zhao Wensheng, Liang Jinxiao suddenly remembered. "Yin I wanted to ask you, why is your fifth uncle not back when you're back? Shouldn't he be looking for you?" Zhao Yun did not know what to say for a moment. Her fifth uncle probably did not know that she had Mu Lianfeng's help. Otherwise, he would not have gone to Yang City. Although his efforts were in vain, he still had the intention. Zhao Yun would always be grateful and touched to those who cared about her. "Mother, it was the heir presumptive who helped me settle the matter. Moreover, I didn't commit any crime and was wronged. In the end, I was naturally released when the evidence was found." Liang Jinxiao said with a sigh, "At that time, you were taken away. How would we know? We didn't know if the heir presumptive's identity was real or not, and we didn't even know if he would help you. The government is a place where people and many people who have been wronged. That's why your fifth uncle insisted on going to Yang City to help you. And the government says, as long as you TS, that's as long as US. As long as you TTTTTT. Yes. We can't let your fifth uncle worry for nothing." "Got it, mother." At this moment, Zhao Ping pushed the door open and entered. Zhao Yun could not be bothered with Zhao Ping so she did not even look up when she heard Zhao Ping enter. Zhao Ping searched the room and found the basket that Zhao Yun had brought over. She walked towards the basket. She rummaged through the basket and found that there were indeed pastries and candies. Zhao Ping was greedy. She quickly took a piece of pastry and stuffed it into her mouth. Delicious. It was too delicious. She had never eaten anything so delicious in her life. Chapter 413. Zhao Ping began to ponder. If she could be together with the heir apparent, wouldn't she be able to eat such delicious food every day in the future? She would be able to live such a good life. After eating a piece of pastry, Zhao Ping took out some more from the basket. Zhao Yun caught a glimpse of it and couldn't help but scold. "Zhao Ping, what are you doing? Eating? What's wrong? Can't we eat?" "Zhao Yun didn't you bring it over for us to eat?" Zhao Yun couldn't help but roll her eyes in her heart. She was extremely disgusted by Zhao Ping. "I brought it over for you to eat, but Tian Fu and father and mother haven't eaten yet. Aren't you embarrassed to start eating by yourself? What's there to be embarrassed about? Do we have to eat first before eating?" Zhao Ping didn't take it to heart. Zhao Yun was really angered by Zhao Ping. How could there be such a person? She was already 20 years old, yet she didn't know the rules at all. Even those who didn't study knew to respect the old and love the young. Eat. She only knew how to eat all day long. It would be best if this kind of person died from eating. "Zhao Ping, you're really something. I don't know how father and mother gave birth to a person like you," Zhao Yun said angrily. Zhao Ping knew that she couldn't beat Zhao Yun'er, so she could only complain in front of Liang Jinxiao. Mother, look at what Zhao Yun'er said. Didn't I just eat a little? She's acting as if I've done something wrong. She doesn't even treat me as her biological sister. She's picking on me over such a small matter. Liang Jinxiao's head hurt from Zhao Ping or his yelling. Sigh. This eldest daughter of his was also a worrisome one. She was the most worrisome person in the family. Pinger only said a few words to you. Why are you overreacting? You're the elder sister. Sometimes you shouldn't be so calculative. Zhao Yun'er was much more sensible than Zhao Pinger. Liang Jinxiao naturally had a comparison in his heart, so he was more biased toward Zhao Yun'er. Liang Jinxiao's words made Zhao Ping very unhappy. Mother, how can you do this? I'm also your daughter. You only know how to speak up for Zhao Yun. Pinga, we're family. Let's talk nicely. Why are you and your sister acting like enemies? If it weren't for the fact that she didn't want to upset Liang Jinxiao, Zhao Yun'er would have kicked Zhao Pinger out of the house. It was disgusting to keep such a person in the house. Zhao Yun'er tugged at Liang Jinxiao and asked Liang Jinxiao not to get involved in this matter. She didn't want to make things difficult for Liang Jinxiao. Both sides were flesh and blood. It wouldn't be good to be biased. Zhao Yun'er took a step forward and stared coldly at Zhao Pinger. Zhao Pinger, I think you really don't know your place at all. Since you've eaten the food I sent over, you have to listen to me. Your two younger brothers and parents haven't eaten yet. You can't eat by yourself first. Also, don't eat so much by yourself. What about the others? What do you mean by bringing so much food with you? Zhao Ping was a little speechless. She was afraid of heaven and earth, but she seemed to have forgotten that these things were sent over by Zhao Yun'er. If she really didn't eat them, she couldn't do anything about it. I only ate a little. The food in my hand is what Grandma and youngest aunt asked me to prepare for them. Zhao Pinger spat. Chapter 414. If it was in the past, Hu Chanhua and Zhao Huihui would still be able to let her live a better life in old Zhao's house. But now that the family was separated, it was useless to curry favor with Hu Chanhua and Zhao Xinhui. In the future, the third branch's life would only be better than old Zhao's. It would be good enough if the people in old Zhao's house did not want to take advantage of the third branch. After being asked by Zhao Yun'er, Zhao Ping did not know how to answer. If I don't take it, Grandma and little aunt will scold me, not you. Zhao Pinger pouted. You're scared in front of them? Why are you so arrogant in front of me? Zhao Yun'er sneered. Zhao Yun'er, are you done? I won't take it. Zhao Ping said and put down the things in her hands. I hope you understand the situation. Don't side with outsiders. You don't know who you're close to. I know. Zhao Ping replied unhappily. If it wasn't for the fact that she was afraid that she would not get a share of the things Zhao Yun'er sent over, she would not have bothered with Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun did not want to talk about Zhao Pinger anymore, so she said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, I'll go back first. Okay, take care. Okay. After Zhao Yun was about to leave old Zhao, she went to find Dao Du. Zhao Tianfu took Dao Du to the dry land allocated to the third branch and watched Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianin work. The dry land allocated to them was full of weeds and some tree stumps. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianin each carried a hoe and were plowing the land. However, there were no more seeds in the land, and the soil had become very hard. There was no reaction at all when the hoe went down. The weeds were still okay. Some of the weeds were very deep and could not be moved at all. The small tree stumps that they encountered could not be removed with a hoe. Tianan, you can't use a hoe to remove the tree stumps. Even if the hoe is damaged, there won't be any reaction. You have to use a shovel, Zhao Wenhua said to Zhao Tianan. But father, we don't have a shovel. Master didn't give us any. Zhao Tianan frowned. Then go borrow one from your master. It's just a little bit. It's best to loosen the soil with a shovel instead of a hoe. Oh, Dad, I'll go. Tell our master to bring the shovel over. Zhao nodded. Zhao Yun just came over and stopped Zhao Tianan. Tianan, don't borrow from me. I have some at home. To have a good rest, to have a good rest. Look at how sweaty you are. The two of them had been busy for the whole afternoon. The sun was shining brightly at 2 or 3 o'clock. Now, that was spring. The weather was getting warmer and warmer. After doing heavy work for such a long time, their bodies were naturally drenched in sweat. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan. Her face was a little red. Zhao Wenhua saw Zhao Yun coming over and did not dare to look at Zhao Yun's eyes. Perhaps it was because she felt guilty about what she had done in the past. Yun'er, you're here too? Zhao Wenhua asked. Yes. Zhao Yun'er nodded. She did not want her relationship with Zhao Wenhua to be too stiff. Second sister, I'll go get it. Zhao Tianan felt sorry for Zhao Yun and did not want her to make another trip. Looking at Zhao Tianan's red face, Zhao Yun'er smiled. Silly boy, you really don't know how to be tired? Take a rest. It's cool under the tree. Second sister will bring you some cold water. Chapter 4:15. After all, they had worked for such a long time, and the sun was too strong. Their lips were already chapped. When the two of them came to work, they didn't think to bring water. Yun'er, I'll have to trouble you then. Zhao Wenhua said. No problem. It was just an extra trip. She could just treat it as exercise. It just so happened that she had nothing to do. Zhao Yun returned home with a shovel. The tea she made earlier had already cooled down. Zhao Yun added some honey to make the tea less bitter. Instead, it was a little sweet. However, people in this era had never drunk tea before. Even if they had tea, they didn't know how to make it. Zhao Yun carried the tea and the shovel and soon went up the mountain again. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan sat under a tree and fanned themselves with their straw hats. Father, Tianan, drink some water. Zhao Yun greeted them. Then she poured a cup for each of them and handed it to them. Second sister, what's this? It's delicious. It's sweet and fragrant. Zhao Tianan said excitedly after drinking a cup. Zhao Yun'er smiled and explained, this is water made from tea leaves and honey. Both the tea leaves and honey are very fragrant, so it naturally smells good. Honey is sweet, so when you drink it, you'll have a sweet smell. Second sister, what's tea leaves? It's the leaves on the tea tree. You don't recognize it, but it's drinkable. Oh. Zhao Tianan nodded heavily. Zhao Yun recognized a lot of things, so it wasn't surprising that she came up with something novel. The tea tasted really good. It was fragrant and fragrant. After drinking it, he felt like drinking it again. Yun'er, this thing can also quench your thirst, Zhao Wenhua said. He was interested in Zhao Yun'er's tea. Father, if you like it, I'll send you some tea leaves later. You could just make some water and soak it in it. Is this valuable? I went up the mountain to pick it myself. It's not valuable. All right, then give me some. If it was something valuable, he wouldn't accept it. After Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan drank the water, they continued to work. Zhao Yun'er watched from the side. She couldn't help much. After all, this kind of physical work was done neatly by men. Because the soil was very hard, it took a lot of effort to dig down with a shovel. After a long time, he only managed to dig a little bit. It was estimated that it would take a few days to reclaim an acre of land. Father, Tianan, there is no need to rush for 1 or 2 days. Take your time. Don't be too tired, Zhao Yun urged. Seeing that Zhao Yun was concerned about him, Zhao Yunlong's face revealed a blissful smile. I know. I'll rest after a while. I still have to make a stove tomorrow. Even if we split up, we can't use your milk in their kitchen. Zhao Yun nodded. Originally, there was only one kitchen. After the 3 houses split up, they had to build another stove. Dao Du and Zhao Tianfu were still playing happily. The two of them were picking crickets and grass. The children looked for things to play with. After all, there wasn't much entertainment. Zhao Yun'er looked around. Old Zhao's house was at the foot of the mountain. Other families also had land here. However, like Old Zhao's house, it was difficult to take care of, so they didn't want it. Some families really didn't have enough land, so they planted some crops like soybeans. The entire hillside wasn't very high. There weren't any thick trees, only some small branches. Chapter 4:16. This hill was not tall, so it was more troublesome to take care of it. The harvest of grain crops was also not good. It would be good if she used it to plant tea trees. This hill could probably plant a lot of tea trees. Most importantly, it would be much more convenient to find someone to help pick the tea leaves if she planted the tea trees here. No one in the village would be willing to go to the real mountain, and no one would dare to go. In addition, if she bought this large piece of barren hill, the price would definitely not be expensive. Most of the land belonged to the village, and the villagers only had a few mu of farmland at the foot of the hill. Unfortunately, the current problem was the sales of the tea leaves. No matter how good the tea was, it was useless if it could not be sold. Zhao Yun did not want to think about the tea leaves for the time being. Second sister, what are you looking at? Let's go back. Zhao Tian'an used his sleeve to wipe the sweat on his forehead and said to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun came back to her senses and smiled. Okay. The few of them went back together. When it was close to evening, Zhao Wensheng actually came back from Yang City. He did not go back to old Zhao's house. Instead, he first came to Zhao Yun's place to confirm if Zhao Yun had returned home safely. In the past few days in Yang City, Zhao Wensheng did not rest well. He looked very haggard, probably because he was worried about her. Yin girl, I heard that you were released and rushed back. I thought something would happen to you. I didn't expect the case to be closed so quickly. Zhao Wensheng sighed. Seeing the concern in Zhao Tianxing's eyes as he looked at her, Zhao Yun told Zhao Wensheng about Mu Lianfeng's help. Zhao Wensheng was stunned. Yin so you're saying that your case was helped by the heir? Zhao Wensheng asked. Yes, I didn't do anything. Shitsi just added fuel to the fire and helped me find the evidence. Sigh. Zhao Wensheng sighed deeply. Seeing that Zhao Wensheng's reaction was not right, Zhao Yun asked, Fifth uncle, what's wrong? I sent 20 taels of silver to the Yaman's private advisor. He said that he would help you settle this case. When I heard that you were released today, I thought that it was the private advisor who helped you. I didn't expect that it was the heir. After Zhao Wensheng finished speaking, he frowned. He realized that if everything was attributed to Mu Lianfeng, then the 20 taels of silver would have been wasted. Fifth uncle, let's go back and ask for the private advisor back. Zhao Yun said. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. It was enough for an average farmer family to use for several years. Moreover, Zhao Wensheng was already old. If he had these 20 taels of silver, he could save them up for his marriage. Yin girl, I'm afraid it's not so easy to get the money back. He's a private advisor and a member of the Yamen. We're just ordinary people. How dare we offend him? Zhao Wensheng said. It was not that he did not dare to cause trouble and was willing to suffer in silence. It was because he knew the darkness of this world. Many times, it was not as simple as one thought. In front of powerful people, ordinary people like them were really unarmed and could not fight against them. Zhao Yun had been a police officer for so many years. She had justice in her heart and could not stand this kind of darkness. Chapter 417. When he heard Zhao Yun say that she wanted to sue the private advisor, Zhao Wensheng felt that Zhao Yun must be confused. Yin what are you suing him for? He didn't cheat us of our money, nor did he rob us. I was the one who took the initiative to give it to him. Moreover, he did agree to help us. It's just that he didn't help us because of Shitsi Ye's interference. Fifth uncle, listen to me. If he doesn't return it to us, we'll sue him for corruption, bribery, malpractice, and abusing his power. I reckon that other than my case, he must have accepted a lot of money from others. As long as this kind of person does it once, there will be a second time. We can always find something to use against him. Moreover, this kind of malignant tumor shouldn't stay in the government. Many people were probably framed because of him. For the darkness of the feudal system, Zhao Yun could be considered to have experienced it. People like the private advisor should be eliminated as soon as possible. But Yin we were the ones who sent the money over. Will he say that we bribed him and be punished as well? I'm not guilty to begin with. I don't need him to let me out at all. What kind of bribe are we doing? Don't worry, fifth uncle. To deal with this kind of person, if we want to get the money back, we must scare him. Otherwise, he won't obediently hand it over. Zhao Wenxing didn't know if Zhao Yun'er was telling the truth or not, but it sounded a little reasonable. For the sake of those 20 taels of silver, he could only try. Yun'er, let's go tomorrow. Okay, fifth uncle. Go back and rest first. I made you worry these 2 days. Zhao Wensheng smiled. Seeing that you're back safely, I'm finally relieved. At night, Zhao Yun slept with Dao Du. Because Mu Yinfeng wasn't around, Zhao Yun'er felt that the bed was empty. Without someone by her side, she didn't feel safe. She now hoped that Mu Yinfeng could come back early so that there would be someone to accompany her. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng went to Yang City together. This time, other than asking for money, Zhao Yun'er also wanted to ask about the snack stall. Now, she had to find a business to do and slowly make a fortune. The snack stall was what she had discussed with Mulan. Xiao Mao, who had not been used for a few days, was put to good use again. Xiao Mao was very excited when it pulled the cart, and its 4 legs were running as if they were flying. On the way, the uncle and niece chatted casually for a while. Zhao Wensheng was more concerned about Mu Yinfeng. She was curious about the relationship between Mu Yinfeng and Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er felt that the relationship between her and Mu Yinfeng had not been settled yet. If she told him about it, it would not be good. Thus, he responded with a sentence. Yun'er, there is still a gap between our status and that of the heir. Nowadays, it's all about matching in social status. If you really get together with the crown prince, according to the rules, you can only be a concubine. If that's the case, your child will be a concubine's son in the future and won't be able to raise his head in the outside world. This kind of glory and wealth is not so easy to live. In the face of Zhao Wenxing's reminder, Zhao Yun'er knew all about it. Zhao Yun'er curled the corners of her mouth. Fifth uncle, I know. I won't have any thoughts that I shouldn't have. That's good. Zhao Wenxing nodded. In fact, he wanted his niece to grow up well more than anyone else, but he knew the difference in status. If Zhao Yun'er could find someone, she could only be an ordinary person. The two of them soon arrived at Yang City and went straight to the private advisor's residence. Zhao Wensheng had been here before, so he knew where the private advisor lived. Chapter 4:18. It was still early, and the door to the private advisor's room was still closed. After knocking for a while, someone came to open the door and asked faintly, "Who are you?" It was a woman in her 40s or 50s. She was probably the private advisor's wife. "We're looking for the private advisor," Zhao Yun'er explained. "He's sleeping. You know how to disturb people by coming so early." The woman yawned and looked sleepy. Zhao Yun'er's mouth twitched. This woman was really interesting. It was already 7 or 8 o'clock, but it was not early. People in ancient times went to bed early, so it was reasonable to say that they would get up early. "We're looking for the private advisor for business. Then come in first and wait. My husband will get up later, so he needs to sleep well." Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng had no choice but to wait. After half an hour, the private advisor woke up. As soon as he saw Zhao Wensheng, he asked, "Why are you here today?" "Let me tell you, I've already helped you with your niece's matter. She's fine now. Don't look for me for anything else." "But private advisor, you didn't intervene in my niece's matter. It was the heir who helped," Zhao Wensheng said weakly. He didn't dare to be too strong in front of the heir. "Then in the end, your niece is fine, isn't it? Without the heir, didn't I take action?" The private advisor replied very calmly. He seemed to be used to dealing with this kind of thing. Zhao Yun'er pulled her fifth uncle and asked him to come over. "Private advisor, I'm his niece. My fifth uncle was confused and thought that I committed a crime. But in the end, I didn't do anything. The case was investigated by the authorities, and I was cleared. So whether the heir was involved or not, you didn't have to do anything. Isn't it bad to swallow the 20 taels of silver now?" "What do you mean by swallow the 20 taels of silver?" "Little girl, it's wrong of you to say that. You sent the silver over. Did I beg you to give it to me? Now I want to go back. How can you do that? If you're locked up, it would still be possible for you to go back. But now that you've been released, the 20 taels will definitely not be given to you." There was no reason for him to spit out what he had eaten. "Does that mean you won't give it to me?" Zhao Yun'er remained patient. Give what? Hurry up and leave. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Grandmaster, let's have a good talk. We're just ordinary people who don't know anything. But you can't treat us like this. After all, we still have to do business in the future. If you don't return the 20 taels of silver to us today, I will go to the government and make a fuss. That's why I'm abusing my authority and accepting bribes. Although they might not be able to punish you for your crimes, they would at least investigate you. They wouldn't leave you unpunished, even though the people were indignant, right? As for whether your background is clean or not, you know it yourself. If the county magistrate doesn't care, then I will continue to appeal. I don't believe that the Great Zhou country's laws are like waste paper, without any practical use at all. When Zhao Yun said these words, the private advisor was also a bit shocked. A little girl without any power. Facing a government official like him, she wasn't afraid at all. Her words were clear and logical as she argued for what was right. Only, he definitely wasn't willing to hand over the 20 taels of silver. Chapter 419. The private advisor looked at Zhao Yun with some pride and arrogance. He didn't take Zhao Yun's threats seriously at all. Although this little girl was a little different, she still didn't have any power. How could an ordinary person know the principle of officials protecting each other? Zhao Yun frowned tightly. Seeing that the private advisor still didn't intend to return it, she said, "Go ahead. Go. The little girl is waiting for you. You can sue me," the private advisor urged. Zhao Wensheng pulled Zhao Yun, indicating that they should forget about it. "Okay, then you wait." Zhao Yun and Zhao Wensheng left. Both of them lowered their heads, and their mood wasn't very good. This private advisor was too much, wasn't he? Didn't he know how much 20 taels of silver was to a country bumpkin? How black-hearted he was to covet the commoner's money. Yin girl, I think it's better to forget about it. Fifth uncle, 20 taels of silver were taken by him for nothing. How much of a loss will we suffer? I'll think of another way. Seeing the private advisor's reaction, she knew that if she went to the government office to complain, it would probably be in vain. After all, the county magistrate would definitely protect him if he did something wrong. Otherwise, the private advisor wouldn't have so much confidence. The two of them left the private advisor's residence and went to eat breakfast first. It was the breakfast stall that Zhao Yun saw before. The two of them ordered a plate of fried dumplings, 2 bowls of thin porridge, and 2 side dishes. The fried dumplings were filled with meat, and the total cost was only 12 copper coins. Zhao Yun estimated that the cost was around 7 or 8 copper coins, so selling this breakfast made them 5 copper coins. Small profits, but quick turnover. Selling more in the morning made a lot of money. "Andy, it's been so long. Your stall still hasn't been transferred out?" Speaking of this, the woman sighed and said, "AI, yes. I'll be worried to death if I don't transfer it out. My wife is about to give birth." The woman's brows were tightly knitted, and it was obvious that she was very anxious. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, "Auntie, the rent is so high, and the annual rent is so expensive. Ordinary people can't afford it. If you lower the price a little, there will naturally be people willing to come over." When Zhao Yun said this, the woman felt that it was true. "But the rent can't be too low. Otherwise, I'll suffer a loss. Annie, it's better than you not being able to transfer out when the time comes, right? It was better to lower the price a little. How about this? Annie, if you are sincere, you can transfer it to me. As for the price, I will give you 1 tael of silver for the sublease. In the future, I will give you 800 copper coins for the annual rent. Miss, aren't you bargaining a little too much?" The woman was clearly a little unwilling. "Annie, although the price is a bit high, you can't drag it on like this. How about this? I'll give you another 500 copper coins. Leave the things in your stall to me. Anyway, you won't have much use for them. Instead, they'll take up space and get in the way." The woman pondered for a moment. If she wasn't in a hurry to transfer, she definitely wouldn't be willing to let go of such a price. "Miss, all right then. Seeing that you're a good person, I can give you the stall at this price. But you have to give me the money in 2 days. You can't say that you owe me first." Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, No problem. I'll bring the money over tomorrow. Let's sign the contract. Zhao Yun'er wanted to prevent the woman from regretting her decision, so she couldn't avoid wrangling when the time came. There were many stalls nearby that helped illiterate people write documents. They were all scholars, and writing a document only cost 5 copper coins. Chapter 420. Zhao Yun was still unwilling to save these 5 copper coins. The woman nodded and said, "Okay, Miss is also a straightforward person. Then let's talk when you come tomorrow." "Okay." Zhao Yun nodded. Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenxing both ate the breakfast they ordered, leaving nothing behind. After eating and drinking to their heart's content, the two of them prepared to go back. Zhao Wenxing insisted that he would pay for breakfast, but Zhao Yun refused. "Fifth uncle, you've been busy with my affairs during this period of time. You don't have to fight with me to pay for breakfast. Otherwise, I definitely won't let you interfere next time." Zhao Yun wanted Zhao Wenxing to keep more money. She spent a lot of money on her own brushes, ink, paper, and inkstone. "Little girl Yun'er, there's no reason for a junior to pay. We're different, fifth uncle. Don't be polite with me. You could just treat me next time." "Okay then." Zhao Wenxing could only compromise. After Zhao Yun paid, she took Xiao Mao, who was tied to the side, away. Zhao Wenxing followed. "Yun, girl, are you going to come to Yang City to do this breakfast business in the future?" Zhao Wenxing asked. He also heard the conversation between Zhao Yun and the woman just now. Zhao Yun nodded and said, "Yes, fifth uncle. This breakfast stall is quite profitable. I don't have any other way to earn money now, and we don't have any fields at home. It's quite good to come here to sell breakfast." Zhao Wenxing didn't know what to say. He just felt sorry for Zhao Yun. It must be hard for a woman to come out in public. But she didn't have money, and she didn't have a good life. Compared to farming at home, Zhao Yun's income from selling breakfast was much higher. "Yun, if you need any help in the future, tell fifth uncle. Fifth uncle will definitely help if he can." Zhao Yun hooked up the corner of her mouth. "Got it, fifth uncle. It's good that your parents are separated now. If there's any work, you can ask your mother and father to help you. And Ping, your grandmother can't say anything now." Zhao Wenxing sighed. When he learned that the third branch had separated from old Zhao's family, he was happy for his third brother and third sister-in-law. Old Zhao had a lot of family members, so there were a lot of things to do when they were together. The third branch was bullied even more. All right, she didn't count on Zhao Pinger, but as for selling breakfast, if the business was good, it would be good to have Liang Jinxiao help. She could pay her mother's wages. When the time came, the third branch would have a source of income. Naturally, their lives would be much better. While the two of them were walking and chatting, they suddenly heard a cry of surprise. "Help! Help! Someone fell into the water. What should we do?" The person shouting for help was not far from Zhao Yun. It was by a small river, surrounded by a group of people. By the river, a well-dressed woman was crying anxiously, but no one went into the water to save her. "Yun, let's go and take a look," Zhao Wenxing said. He was a warm-hearted person, so he could not leave her in a lurch. "Okay." Zhao Yun drove the little donkey to the side and stopped. There was a child struggling in the river, but no one went into the water to save him. Who were these people? Why did they leave him in the lurch? They all gathered around to watch the show, but they did not stop talking. They were probably afraid that the water was too deep. If they jumped in, they might not be able to save the child, and they might even implicate themselves. The woman cried miserably. "Please, whoever can save my son, I will definitely reward you handsomely." Chapter 421. Sister-in-law, it's not that we don't want to help you save him. Everyone knows that there are water ghosts in the river. Every year, they will drag a few people down to be scapegoats. Your son was unlucky to fall into the river and become a scapegoat. If we help you, we might die too. Yeah, no matter how much you thank us, it's not as important as a human life. When the time comes, you have money, but you don't have the life to spend it. Wouldn't that be a waste? That's right, that's right. I also heard that when someone fell into the river, another person went down to save him. In the end, the two people were dragged down by the water ghost and drowned. That's why we can't interfere with the water ghost's life. Otherwise, we will die too. No matter how much money you give me, I won't do it. People in ancient times were more superstitious, especially when it came to things like ghosts and gods. After confirming that there were water ghosts in the river, they didn't dare to go down. Zhao Yuner frowned. She didn't believe in these things. The drowning in the river was probably just a coincidence. The river was close to the street. It was normal for people to accidentally fall in. Zhao Yun was about to jump down to save the child when Zhao Wensheng pulled her back. Yuner, let me do it, Zhao Wensheng said. If the girl jumped down, her body would be wet and her clothes would stick to her body. There were also men watching. It wouldn't be good if they saw it. Men in the countryside basically knew how to swim. Zhao Wensheng was no exception. When he was young, he would jump into the pond naked. However, when he grew up and started studying, he became quieter. All right then, fifth uncle. Be careful. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Seeing that someone had saved her child, the woman was immediately grateful. You guys are really good people. Auntie, don't cry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yun comforted her. Zhao Wensheng jumped into the river and swam toward the child. Then he pulled the child out of the river. However, because he had been drowning in the river for too long, the child's face started to turn green. His stomach was bulging. It was obvious that he had swallowed a lot of water. When the onlookers saw this, they started to sigh. Sigh. It's useless to come up now. It's obvious that he can't hold on. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to keep my life. It's too late. The water ghost wants a scapegoat. No one could save him. When the woman heard what the people around her said, she cried even louder. My son, why are you so miserable? If you go, your mother will go with you. Looking at the woman crying her heart out, Zhao Yuner hurriedly said, Auntie, please let me try. Artificial respiration could be performed after drowning, but the people of this era did not understand this. Therefore, most people would think that death was inevitable when they encountered such a situation. In fact, if they were rescued in time, they could still save their lives. The woman had no choice but to let Zhao Yuner give it a try. It was better than waiting in vain. The onlookers watched curiously. They wanted to know how Zhao Yuner would save the patient. She was about to die. Could it be that he could pull her back from the gates of hell? Zhao Yuner laid the child flat. Then, she started to press on the child's chest. Then, she breathed into the child's mouth. The onlookers were stunned by Zhao Yuner's series of actions. This woman must be crazy. Chapter 422. How could she get married in the future? Ordinary people would definitely not want this kind of woman. How embarrassing. Zhao Wensheng and the woman were also stunned by Zhao Yuner's behavior. They really didn't understand why Zhao Yuner started kissing while saving people. However, after everyone cursed in their hearts, they magically found that the child who was lying motionless on the ground suddenly coughed a few times and spat out a lot of water. The child also slowly woke up. Yuner, how are you? Are you okay? The woman rushed over in surprise. The child vomited a few more times, but it was no big deal. Mother, don't worry, I'm fine. Lan Xian comforted the woman sensibly. Just now, when she was unconscious, she heard her mother calling in her ear, so she knew that her mother was probably worried to death. Xian, it's good that you're fine. Mother was worried to death. The woman pulled Lan Xian into her arms, as if she was afraid of losing him again. Zhao Yun watched from the side and sighed in relief. Fortunately, the child was saved. Otherwise, it would be sad to see the white-haired person send off the black-haired person. Zhao Wensheng couldn't help but ask curiously, Yuner, what did you do just now to miraculously save the child? Zhao Yuner smiled. She didn't know how to explain. This was artificial respiration. The ancient people didn't understand. Fifth uncle, I've seen people use this method before, so I remembered it. I was just trying it out just now. When I think about it later, it's really useful. Zhao Wensheng didn't think too much about it. No matter what, Zhao Yun saved a life today. The people who were originally scolding Zhao Yun for being shameless all changed their words and began to praise her. This girl is really amazing. She can even pull someone back from the gates of hell. If it wasn't for this girl, this child's life would really be gone. Her method is really novel, but fortunately, she saved the child. Looks like we have to thank this girl properly. Zhao didn't feel much about the praises around her. After working as a police officer for so many years, he was used to helping people. After Zhao Wensheng jumped into the river, his body was covered with water droplets. She didn't feel it when she was saving him, but now she was shivering from the cold. Fifth uncle, let's go home quickly. You have to change your clothes. Zhao Wensheng nodded. Just as the two of them were about to leave, the woman called out to them. Young master, young lady, please wait. The two of them had saved her son, so she had to thank them properly. They had already agreed that whoever saved his son would be heavily rewarded. I haven't thanked you properly yet. Why don't you come to my residence? I don't have anything good on me, the woman said sincerely. The child in his arms, Lan Xian, was looking at Zhao Yun'er with a pair of bright eyes full of curiosity. Zhao Yun noticed Lan Xian's gaze and looked towards him. Lan Xian immediately averted his gaze, and a blush appeared on his little face. Is this child shy? Zhao Yun'er's mouth curled up into a smile. Just as she was about to reject the woman's reward, a few people suddenly came. They were all wearing the uniform of servants and said to the woman, Madam, are you and young master okay? Madam, it's our fault. We came late. Please punish us. Chapter 423. The County Deputy Prime Minister's Mansion. So the woman in front of them should be the wife of the County Deputy Prime Minister? Zhao Yun didn't want to be repaid by others. But now, yes, madam. The servants nodded. The woman persuaded Zhao Yun'er again, Miss, don't refuse. I only have one child. You saved my Xian'er's life, so I have to repay you well. And this gentleman, you're soaked. It's so cold today. You have to change your clothes in case you catch cold. If so, I'll feel very sorry. After the woman finished speaking, Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng looked at each other. Zhao Yun'er said with a smile, In that case, my fifth uncle and I won't refuse. Let's go. On the way, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife and Zhao Yun'er talked a lot and expressed their gratitude. At the same time, they asked about Zhao Yun'er's situation. When Zhao Yun'er told them the purpose of coming to Yang City today, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said, Miss Yun'er, don't worry. Leave it to me. I'll talk to my husband and ask him to return you the 20 taels of silver. Thank you, madam. Miss Yun'er, you're too polite. You did me a big favor. What I did for you is just a small favor. When they were chatting, they arrived at the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion. Although the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion was not as luxurious as the heir's mansion, it was very good among the houses in Yang City. It was a bit like the gardens in the south of the Yangtze River. It could be seen that the County Deputy Prime Minister's family were all elegant people. Come in. The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said to Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng. Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng walked in and looked at the surrounding environment. There were bamboo branches, potted plants, and flowers everywhere. It was like a garden. After entering, the servant led Zhao Wensheng to change into a clean set of clothes. The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife asked Zhao Yun to stay for lunch. Zhao Yun didn't refuse. Before she came, she was afraid that she would spend too much time, so she told Liang Jinxiao that if she couldn't make it back by noon, Daodu would eat at her place. Big sister, eat. Lan Xian handed over a piece of pastry and said to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er smiled at Lan Xian. Thank you. You're welcome. The county deputy's wife looked at her son and then looked at Zhao Yun'er. There was a touch of complexity in her eyes. Miss Yun'er, you've sacrificed a lot for Xian'er today. We're not irresponsible people. Xian'er is probably a few years younger than you, but it's not a big deal. If Miss Yun'er is willing, I'll send a matchmaker to Miss Yun'er's house to propose a marriage proposal. After the county deputy's wife said this sentence, Zhao Yun suddenly choked. Yun'er, are you choking? Drink some water. The county deputy prime minister's wife said, and handed a glass of water to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er took it and drank it. The corners of her mouth twitched. Was the county deputy prime minister's wife joking? Did he ask someone to propose marriage for Lan Xian, this brat, to marry her? Zhao Yun'er was an adult. She didn't have pedophilia. She couldn't accept it. Chapter 424. Under normal circumstances, the deputy's wife wouldn't make such a plan. After all, if she really wanted to marry a daughter-in-law, she must find a suitable one, or at least a suitable one for Xian. However, the young man had saved Xian's life. Nothing was more important than that. Women could repay a man with their bodies, so could men. Zhao Yun'er's expression was unusually awkward. Lan Xian stood aside and lowered his head shyly. He didn't raise any objection. Well, madam, you don't need to be so polite. I just saved his life. Besides, he's just a child. He's not a man, so he doesn't need to be responsible for me. Madam, I appreciate your kindness. But Yun'er, you're right. I'm afraid that other people don't think so. Gossip is a fearful thing. If it affects Yun'er's marriage in the future, I'll feel very guilty. Madam, you don't need to worry about that. To be honest, I already have a child. He's already 3 years old. When Zhao Yun'er said that she had a child, the deputy's wife was struck dumb for a second. She didn't know that Zhao Yun'er was a woman who had a child. She thought that Gu Yin was just an unmarried girl. In that case, she felt a little better. If Gu Yin had a child, she would be married. It wouldn't affect Zhao Yun'er much. If so, I'll prepare more gifts for Miss Yun'er later to show my gratitude. That's not necessary. Madam, I didn't save his life for your gifts. Besides, you promised to help me get back the 20 taels of silver. I'm already very grateful. Yun'er, please don't refuse me. If you don't accept it, I'll always owe you a favor. At this time, Zhao Wenxing also came over and said, Madam, the book teaches us to be willing to help others without asking for anything in return. If you insist on paying back, people will pay attention to the benefits they get after saving people. Then the poor people who can't afford to pay back others won't be able to get help. It's not good to have such a trend. The deputy county magistrate's wife didn't know how to refute Zhao Wenxing's words. Scholars were really eloquent. But if you don't want anything in return, I'll feel guilty, Zhao Yun'er said with a smile. Madam, since we're in Yang City, we'll inevitably run into trouble in the future. If we run into any trouble in the future, please help us. In fact, this was also the reason why Zhao Yun didn't accept the gift from the county premier's wife. She was very interested in money, but she knew that she could earn it. The most important thing was that relationship, which couldn't be bought with money, especially when he was in Sun City and had a relationship with the county magistrate. Miss Yun'er, of course. If you need any help, just let me know. As long as I can do it, I will definitely help. Thank you, madam. The few of them chatted for a while, and lunch was prepared at the county deputy's residence. They were waiting for the county deputy to come back. At about 11 o'clock, the deputy county magistrate returned to the county magistrate's mansion after finishing his work in the magistrate's office. The county deputy's wife then told the county deputy what had happened today. Chapter 425. Even without the county deputy's wife's request, the county deputy would consider asking his private advisor to return the 20 taels of silver to Zhao Yun'er. So, the county deputy asked his private advisor to come over. When the private advisor saw Zhao Yun'er, he was secretly shocked. He didn't expect that Zhao Yun'er was so capable that she even asked the county deputy for help. This little girl had really underestimated her. Since the county deputy asked him directly, the private advisor couldn't refuse. So, he returned the 20 taels of silver. When there were only the private advisor and the county deputy sighed and said, This time, it's not that I don't want to protect you. That girl is not a simple person. She has a relationship with young Prince. If this matter is investigated later, young Prince will also be concerned about it. You will be in big trouble at that time. The private advisor nodded and said, Thank you for your consideration, county deputy. Well, let's not talk about this. Next time you do this kind of thing, take it easy and don't go too far. The county deputy reminded him. The county deputy had been the officialdom for so many years, so he knew clearly about the covetousness of some small profits. No official had a clean background. If that was the case, relying on the annual salary given by the government, it was estimated that they would have to live a simple life. Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng had lunch in the county deputy's mansion. Then they got up and left. After getting back the 20 taels of silver, Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng were very satisfied. Today's trip was not in vain. The county deputy and his wife sent Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng to the gate of the county's mansion. Even if I send you off for 1,000 miles, we will have to part in the end. Miss Yun'er, young Master Zhao, I won't send you off anymore. If you need anything, just come to the county deputy's mansion to find me. The county deputy's wife said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er also replied with a smile. Okay. When they were about to leave, Lan Xian called Zhao Yun. Sister. Zhao Yun'er turned around and asked with a smile, What's wrong? Lan Xian's face instantly turned red. He shyly asked Zhao Yun'er, Big sister, when can you come to my house to see me? What's wrong? Will you miss me? Lan Xian nodded shyly. Seeing that this child really treated her differently, Zhao Yun'er didn't want to disappoint Lan Xian, so she smiled and said, If I have time, I'll come and see you. Yeah. Lan Xian nodded heavily. There was a hint of anticipation in his eyes. He was very happy to get Zhao Yun'er's promise. The deputy county magistrate's wife was keenly aware of her son's emotional changes. This child, why does he look so sentimentally attached to Zhao Yun'er? Then I'll leave first. Zhao Yun'er waved her hand. Then she got on the wooden cart with Zhao Yun'er. Xiao Mao pulled Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng and ran away. Zhao Wensheng held the 20 taels of silver in his hand. He still felt that it was a little unreal. He sighed and said, I didn't expect that it would come back today. Yun'er, thanks to you. If you didn't save the county deputy's son, we wouldn't get the money back so easily. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, Fifth uncle, your contribution is not small. Today you jumped into the water to save people. So it's thanks to you that we can get the 20 taels of silver back. Zhao Wensheng was in a good mood. He smiled and said, Then we all have a share. If we take the money back to your grandfather, he will be happy. Chapter 426. Zhao Wensheng was somewhat puzzled. Yun'er, why? Fifth uncle, our old Zhao has a lot of family members, so you have to make some plans for yourself. When you get married, you'll need a lot of money. It's always good to have 20 taels as a backup, but we haven't separated yet. If your grandfather and grandmother know that I secretly hid 20 taels of silver, they'll fall out. Fifth uncle, if you believe me, I'll keep the 20 taels of silver for you. I guarantee that they won't know. In the future, when you get married, or if you need it urgently, I'll take it out. But Yun'er, isn't this not very good? These 20 taels of silver were originally taken out by my grandfather to help me get out of prison. Originally, we couldn't get it back. We got it back with our own ability, so there's no need to give it to old Zhao's family. Fifth uncle, sometimes you have to be a little selfish. You like that Anne in town, so you can't avoid a lot of difficulties. It's always good to have some money to prepare. After being persuaded by Zhao Yun'er, Zhao Wensheng was a little embarrassed. He didn't expect that his niece could see that he liked Jin Suizhuan. Then keep it. Yun'er, you take care of it. If you need it urgently, you can use it. These 20 taels of silver are also yours. Zhao Wensheng said in a low voice, looking a little embarrassed. Zhao Yun'er's mouth hooked up. Seeing that Zhao Wensheng didn't insist, she was relieved. Fortunately, he wasn't stubborn. Otherwise, these 20 taels of silver would have been given to old Zhao's family for nothing. When Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wensheng returned to the village, it was already 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Zhao Wensheng took a few days off. Since Zhao Yun'er didn't have anything to do, he prepared to go back to school tomorrow. Zhao Yun'er went to the third branch to see if there was anything the third branch could help with. When she arrived at old Zhao's house, old Zhao's family was building a wooden shed against the wall. This wooden shed could be considered as a kitchen. After all, the stove needed a place to shelter from the wind and rain. It couldn't be left exposed. If it was a special room, the cost would be a little high. He would have to spend some money, but it was not as fast as building a wooden shed. Zhao Yun'er saw that it was her fourth uncle, Zhao Wintao, and her second cousin, Zhao Tianhu, who were helping the third branch to build the wooden shed. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they didn't interfere at all. Even if he was just sitting there, he was not willing to lend a hand. Seeing that Zhao Wintao and Zhao Tianlong were helping the third branch build a wooden shed, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, who were sitting under the shade of a tree, began to make sarcastic remarks. Fourth brother, why are you so enthusiastic? We've already split up. Can't he handle the matters of the third branch by himself? Why do you have to interfere and help? That's right, fourth brother. You have so much strength. You have to do more work in the fields later. There's also Tianhu. As expected, he's so energetic at such a young age. It's good to be diligent. It just so happens that plowing the land in the afternoon is a strenuous job. When Zhao Yun'er heard Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui's words, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but twitch. After all, they were biological brothers. It was fine if they didn't help with the work. But instead, they scolded others for doing the work. What kind of people were they? Zhao Yun'er looked around. In this old Zhao's family, the most inhumane members were the first and second branches. As for the first branch's second cousin, he was excluded. Zhao Yun'er had a good impression of Zhao Tianhu. In old Zhao's family, he was considered a good person. Chapter 427. Li Chueying was implying that even though Zhao Yun had given them so much good stuff, the third branch did not necessarily share it with the rest of old Zhao's family. Zhao Yun felt a wave of disgust when she heard those sour words. Hua Chunhua happened to hear those words as well. Hua Chunhua snorted coldly. You still want to take advantage of them? That's like a sow climbing a tree. Zhao Yun rolled her eyes in her heart. They had the nerve to criticize the third branch. Why didn't they think about what they had done? Effort and gain were equal. If you were good to others, others would be good to you. These people didn't treat the people of the third branch well, so why should the third branch share their things with the people of the Zhao family? Zhao Yun entered the courtyard and smiled at Liang Jinxiao. Mother, I'll cook a few more dishes and send them over tonight. Let fourth uncle and second cousin eat with us. I don't have any meat. Even though Zhao Yun did not mention it, Liang Jinxiao had already planned to do so. Since Zhao Yun'er had mentioned it, she nodded and said, Okay, thank you for your hard work, Yun'er. It's fine. It's not a problem to cook a few more dishes. Okay. When they heard that Zhao Yun'er had invited Zhao Wintao and Zhao Tianhu to dinner, not only did they know that there would be dishes, but there was also meat. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui looked at each other and swallowed hard. They could not help but feel hungry at the thought of eating meat. Third brother, let me give you a hand too. Zhao Wenshi came over and said eagerly. Zhao Wenshui did not want to be left behind. Third brother, let me help too. It'll be faster if there's more people. Even ghosts knew why the two of them were suddenly so eagerly attentive. They just wanted to help now so that they could bring them along for dinner. Zhao Wenhua felt uncomfortable seeing Zhao Tianshi and Zhao Wenshui like this. He didn't help when he should, but now he was being hypocritical. Thus, he refused. Big brother, second brother, there's no need. The wooden shed is almost ready. You should rest well. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were a little unhappy when they heard that. He asked, Third brother, what do you mean? Why are you saying that it's almost done when we help you? Aren't you deliberately rejecting us? Big brother, second brother really doesn't need it. Didn't you see it for yourselves? There are only a few things that need to be done in the wooden shed. Then we'll help you finish the rest. By the way, don't you still need to build the stove? We'll help you. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui didn't know how to refute what Zhao Wenhua said. Zhao Yun'er watched from the side and couldn't help but sneer. Just how thick-skinned were these two people? If she hadn't offered to treat them to dinner, they probably wouldn't have come over to help like this. Zhao Wintao and Zhao Tianhu's words seemed to have been completely forgotten when the two of them were down. What kind of people were they? Li Chueying also chimed in. Third brother, you're not being honest. Your big brother and second brother came over to help you out of kindness, but you still rejected them. What do you mean by that? Second sister-in-law, that's not what I meant. It's just that I have enough people here, so I don't want to trouble big brother and second brother if I can. We still have work to do in the fields in the afternoon. Why don't big brother and second brother save their energy to do the work in the fields? Otherwise, they won't be able to do it in the afternoon, Zhao Wenhua explained, but he didn't let Zhao Wenxue and Zhao Wenshi help. Chapter 428. If it were in the past, he would probably agree to let Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue help. Zhao Yun was looking forward to it. If her father was always like this, how good would it be? Then, the third branch would not be bullied too much. Zhao Yun sneered and said to Zhao Wenhua, "Father, since eldest uncle and second uncle are so enthusiastic, let them help." A trace of craftiness flashed across Zhao Yun's eyes when she said that. Zhao Wenhua was stunned. He did not know what Zhao Yun meant by that. Eldest uncle and second uncle took the initiative to help because of their brotherly relationship with father. If you refuse, then you are in the wrong, Zhao Yun said. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue hurriedly nodded. Yes, Yun is right. Third brother, the two of us treat you as a brother. If you refuse the help of your brothers, then isn't that not treating us as your brothers? Zhao Wenhua did not know what to say. His train of thought was disrupted by Zhao Yun's interference. Zhao Yun very calmly curled her lips. Yes, father. Eldest uncle and second uncle are helping. They don't have any other intentions, and they don't want anything from you. Why are you still like this? Then, let your eldest uncle and second uncle help. Zhao Wenhua asked in disbelief and confirmed with Zhao Yun, let's let eldest uncle and second uncle help. But eldest uncle and second uncle, I won't be cooking much later, so I won't be able to entertain the two of you. I believe you won't mind. After all, eldest uncle and second uncle are only helping father because of their brotherly relationship. They don't want this meal, right? After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshue's faces instantly darkened. What was this girl saying? They had helped just for this meal. Now that they were not even going to give them a meal, what were they supposed to do? Yun, you can't say that. You've already asked your fourth uncle and second cousin to eat. Your eldest uncle and I only have 2 extra pairs of chopsticks. No matter how little food there is, it shouldn't be enough for the two of us, right? Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue were clearly anxious. Eldest uncle, second uncle, it's really just 2 less people. Isn't it just a meal? It's nothing good. Don't tell me that eldest uncle and second uncle are going to fuss about this. Zhao Yun sneered. I say, Yun, are you doing this on purpose? Are you trying to trick us? Why is it that we work for you, but you don't give us food to eat? Where is this logic coming from? Zhao Wenxue said angrily. The smile on Zhao Yun's mouth became colder. This guy actually had the nerve to say it out loud. Shameless. Delicious to the extreme. How could there be such a person? Old Zhao's family really had a lot of weirdos. In the face of Zhao Wenshue's questioning, Zhao Yun replied indifferently. Second uncle, you can't say that. You, an eldest uncle, volunteer to work for my father, so I can't force you to treat anyone to a meal. I can treat whoever I want to, right? You little girl, you're so evil. What did your eldest uncle and I do to offend you? You're so stingy with a meal. Zhao Wenxue was a little indignant when he thought about eating meat. His stomach felt very uncomfortable when he didn't have any food for a long time. It would have been fine if they didn't mention eating meat, but now that Zhao Yun mentioned it, Zhao Wenxue felt like there was a glutton crawling around in his stomach. If he didn't eat meat, he would be upset for the next few days. Zhao Yun only found it laughable. Chapter 429. She said that she was evil, but the people from the Zhao family were much worse than her. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue were even more so. Eldest uncle, second uncle, you're wrong. I'm not trying to steal your food. Everyone knows that you have big stomachs and eat a lot. When you can eat as much as 2 people. If I let you come over to eat, then the others don't need to eat. Eldest uncle, second uncle, Are you so calculative about a meal, or are you helping just for the food? Zhao Yin exposed them mercilessly. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were embarrassed and embarrassed. This wretched girl was too much. It was not good for them to say no, but it was also not good for them to say no. If they said yes, it would be a slap in the face for what they said just now. If they said no, Zhao Yin had even more reason to not let them eat. You wretched girl, we won't talk to you anymore. We won't help, okay? That's right, we won't help, we won't help. There's no benefit in helping. It'll be a waste of effort. Do you really think we care about that meal of hers? Zhao Yin curled her lips. It was best if they didn't help. They would really think that she was begging them for help. Zhao Wenhua secretly shook his head. He knew that this would be the outcome. But it was also good that eldest uncle and second uncle would not get involved. Although it was troublesome to set up the wooden shed and the stove with 4 or 5 people working together, it was done quickly. Zhao Yun went home first to look for Mulan. Mulan was also working in the yard, but she did not interfere much. Instead, she instructed Hua to do it. Although Hua was young, she was very skilled at work. There was a wooden basin in front of her with some small clothes soaked in water. When she picked it up and rubbed it in her hands, Mulan said, Hua, put some soap on it. It'll be clean when you rub it. Got it, mother. As she spoke, Hua picked up the soap and rubbed it on the stained area. After all, a child's strength was a little weaker, so it was a little strenuous to rub. However, Hua didn't have any complaints. Take it slow. Sister-in-law Mulan. Zhao Yin called out as soon as she entered the courtyard. Mulan was also very happy to see Zhao Yin. He immediately brought a stool over for Zhao Yin to sit down. Zhao Yin looked at Hua and said, Hua is really sensible. She's helping you. Mulan laughed bitterly. If I could, I wouldn't let Hua work. Yesterday, when she was weaving a bamboo basket, she accidentally cut her hand. Now that the wound had split open, it was very painful and she couldn't touch water. We can only let Hua do this kind of wet work. When Hua heard this, her little hand paused. She smiled at Mulan and said, Mother, I'm fine anyway. I'm not tired. Looking at such a sensible child, Zhao Yin was also happy for Mulan. It was okay if life was a little tough, as long as the family was harmonious. The children were all sensible, so naturally, Mulan did not have to worry too much. At the moment, she only wanted to make money. Zhao Yin looked at Mulan's hand, which was wrapped in a piece of white cloth. Weaving bamboo baskets was dangerous to begin with. It didn't seem to be a big deal. Otherwise, the wound would have to be disinfected and bandaged. Chapter 430. Mulan was very excited after hearing this. Yin, is it true? Yes, this Annie stall hasn't been sold for a long time, so this time I spent a lot less money than before. Including the things in the stall, it's a total of 1 to 500 copper coins. In addition, you just have to pay 800 copper coins a year. Zhao Yun had told Mulan about the previous price, so she knew the price. This time, it was indeed a lot less. In that case, the stall could really be open earlier. Mulan couldn't control her excitement when she thought about it. These days, she wanted to earn more money to buy more delicious food for the children. Now, she finally saw hope. Yin, I'll go with you tomorrow, Mulan said. Zhao Yin nodded. She really needed 2 people to go together. After finishing the documents tomorrow, she had to buy some raw materials for making snacks such as flour, oil, salt, and so on. The stall would open the day after tomorrow, so these had to be prepared in advance. Sister Mulan, what do you think we should sell? If they wanted business to be good, they had to sell some special things. However, Zhao Yin couldn't think of anything that didn't exist in this era. After being asked by Zhao Yun, Mulan was a little embarrassed. Yin, I don't know much about these things. I'm from the countryside, so I usually eat these things. I don't know what people in the city like to eat. Zhao Yun didn't continue to make things difficult for Mulan. Mulan didn't eat much herself, so she couldn't think of anything delicious. She would go back and think about what to do in the future. Mother, help me wash the diapers. There are almost no diapers left. The voice of Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Chi, came from Family Zhu's room. Madame Zhu ran out of her room and hurried into Madame Chi's room. Coming, coming, Mrs. Zhu said weakly. Zhao Yun vaguely heard Madame Chi's cursing voice in the room. Mother, aren't you too lazy? He didn't even care about his eldest grandson. He was too heartless. If you don't have diapers, then you can only wet the bed. When the time comes, you'll have to pull off the sheets and help me wash them. Okay. Eldest daughter-in-law, I'll go and take a bath now. Sigh, it's mainly because my waist hurts these 2 days. Otherwise, wouldn't I have taken a bath? In the face of Mrs. Zhu's complaint, Madame Chi didn't take it to heart at all. Instead, she scolded, Mother, even if your waist hurts, you should wash it. I'm still in confinement. I can't wash it, right? The reason why Madame Chi was so arrogant was that she relied on her man's protection. Mrs. Zhu was afraid that the first branch would also argue about the separation. Yes. You rest. I'll go wash up. By the way, Mother, after you're done washing, make me 2 eggs and sugar water to eat. I've been feeling weak these 2 days. Madame Chi ordered again. Mrs. Zhu scolded her eldest daughter-in-law for being greedy in her heart, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only nod and say, Okay, then I'll cook for you. Sister-in-law Mulan, your mother is quite miserable now. Zhao Yun said with a smile, and there was a hint of schadenfreude in her laughter. Didn't Mrs. Zhu bully others too much in the past? Now, there was someone to teach her a lesson. Speaking of this, Mulan seemed to have some sympathy for Mrs. Zhu. Actually, my mother is quite pitiful. My eldest sister-in-law doesn't do anything and leaves everything to my mother. Chapter 431. If Mrs. Zhu hadn't treated Mulan that way, they wouldn't have split up. Mulan nodded and responded. Sympathy was one thing, but sometimes sympathy was useless. She still remembered how Mrs. Zhu treated her before. Mrs. Zhu took out the diaper and saw Hua washing clothes beside the wooden basin. She walked over and threw the diaper aside. She said to Mulan, second daughter-in-law, Let Hua wash my diaper too. Mulan was stunned. Was her mother wrong? Let Hua wash it? Her eldest sister-in-law didn't wash it herself, and neither did her mother. Now she had the nerve to let Hua wash it? Hua was just a child. Seeing that Mulan was about to say something, Mrs. Zhu spoke first, second daughter-in-law. My waist has been hurting badly these 2 days. It's okay for Hua to help wash my diaper. Besides, girls have to do more work from a young age. When she marries into her husband's family in the future, she won't be lazy and be disliked by her husband's family. Zhao Yun only felt that old Madame Zhao was really interesting. She didn't know how she said such things. She sounded reasonable, but it was just nonsense. Mother, my hand is injured. It's already not easy for Hua to wash my clothes. Where does Hua get the strength to help you wash it? Why can't she? Isn't Hua good at washing it? If you don't want it, then don't. Why are you making excuses? Mrs. Zhu said and rolled her eyes at Mulan in displeasure. Mulan took a few deep breaths. She had never seen such an unreasonable person. She even sympathized with her eldest sister-in-law for bullying her. Now, her mother-in-law came to bully her daughter. Fortunately, they had split up back then. Otherwise, her Hua would really have to help wash her diaper today. Mother, my eldest sister-in-law doesn't wash it herself. Why should my Hua help her? Now that we're separated, my family won't intervene in your affairs anyway, and I won't wash your diapers for you. Mulan's attitude became very firm. Zhao Yun'er watched from the side and smiled. Mulan should be like this. She should be tough so that Mrs. Zhu wouldn't think that she was a pushover. You. Mrs. Zhu pointed at Mulan angrily. After being bullied by his first daughter-in-law, he now had to be bullied by his second daughter-in-law. How did our family, Zhu, marry such an unfilial daughter-in-law? Old man, why don't you take me down with you? I can't take it anymore. Mrs. Zhu's crying was just to attract people to come over and see her miserable state. She wanted to see if anyone could speak up for her. It was obvious that what she had done was wrong. Now that the truth was known, she should be the one to be scolded. Mrs. Family Zhu, you're wrong. If you want to talk about unfilial, your first daughter-in-law lying in the room is the most unfilial. Your waist is already hurting, but she still asked you to wash the diapers. Mulan's hand is injured, and Hua is just a child. You're separated from the family, so she has no obligation to help you at all, Zhao Yun'er scolded. If you shout so loudly when the neighbors come over later, I'm afraid that your first daughter-in-law is shameless and unfilial. You've been doing confinement for several months, but you still let your mother-in-law do this kind of thing. Zhao Yun'er deliberately raised her voice to let Mrs. Qi in the room hear this sentence. Sure enough, after Madame Qi heard this, she immediately rushed out of the house and scolded old Madame Zhu. Chapter 432. Old hag, are you doing this on purpose? Do you want people to scold me? How can you be so evil? Madame Qi said as she pushed Mrs. Zhu. Mrs. Zhu's body couldn't withstand Madame Qi's push. She sat on the ground and cried out, "Ouch, ouch." Mrs. Zhu had a bad fall and looked a little pitiful, but Mulan had no intention of helping her. In the end, she was bitterly disappointed in Mrs. Zhu. In the past, she was used to being weak and didn't know how to resist, so she was bullied. Now that she thought it through, if she was too weak, she would be bullied, and even her child would be bullied. When Madame Qi heard Mrs. Zhu's cry, she said unhappily, "Can you stop yelling? When people really come later, are you going to say that I pushed you? You evil old hag." Mrs. Zhu only felt aggrieved in the face of the angry Madame Qi, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only pout and say, "Eldest daughter-in-law, I won't yell anymore, okay? Help me up, I can't get up." Madame Qi glared at Mrs. Zhu. "Old hag, hurry up and wash your diapers when you get up. Don't yell so much that the whole village will hear you. If you gossip about me, I'll make sure you get it." "Okay." Mrs. Zhu bit her lower lip and almost cried. Mulan sighed and didn't say anything else. In fact, Mrs. Zhu often used such beatings and scoldings on her. However, Mrs. Zhu probably didn't expect that such an encounter would happen to her one day. After Madame Qi finished speaking, she glanced indifferently at Zhao Yun'er and Mulan and left. She knew that her second sister-in-law wouldn't say anything. Because she treated old Madame Zhu like this, she reckoned that old Madame Zhu was happy in her heart. After Madame Qi entered the room, Zhao Yun'er smiled and whispered into Mulan's ear, "Your sister-in-law is quite interesting." Mulan pursed her lips. Her sister-in-law didn't think so in the past, but now she felt that it was lazy, delicious, and fierce. But there was nothing she could do. She couldn't say anything. Mrs. Zhu pitifully got up from the ground and picked up the diaper on the ground. Then, she took out a wooden basin and began to scrub it. She was afraid that she would be scolded again if she was late. "Sister-in-law Mulan, if there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first. I'll come to your house tomorrow to pick you up and we'll go to Yang City together." Mulan nodded. "All right, Yun'er, you can go back to your work." "Yes." Zhao Yun'er went back to prepare dinner. In any case, Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu had helped to build the wooden shed, so they should be rewarded. Actually, treating these two well was also to show the rest of old Zhao's family. If they got along well with the third branch, it would only benefit them. If it was like before, they wouldn't benefit at all. Zhao Yun'er was in a hurry to go to Yang City this time, so she didn't go to the market to buy pork, but there was bacon at home. She went to Annie Lou's house to ask for some garlic and prepared to stir-fry bacon with garlic. It tasted very good. She also prepared to catch a few bullfrogs. Although this thing wasn't for sale now, it didn't mean that she couldn't eat it. It would definitely taste delicious if she cooked it. There were still some eggs at home. She made a bowl of egg soup and a plate of scrambled eggs with chili. These dishes were definitely very sumptuous in the countryside. "Dowdo, let's go catch bullfrogs," Zhao Yun'er called out. "You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories." Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.